52 matches, 24 nations, 9 stadiums, 6 cities, 1 continent, 1 title, 1 goal. The undisputed champion of Africa. Wake up, Africa!
2025 African Cup of Nations is here, and it's time to yala. What is your favorite animal? The Super Eagles, the Carthage Eagles, the Chipolopolos, the Foxes, or the Squirrels?
Or are you for the Bafana, the Pharaohs, the Indomitable Lions, the Stallions, the Zebras, the Leopards, or the defending champions, the Elephants in the room?
Well, whatever you are, it's time to rep your nation, make the loudest noise, and dirty your December with the best of football that the African continent has got to offer. No go carry last though.
Who will be crowned champions? The Ivory Coast defending their title, runners-up in the Super Eagles, or Morocco hosting to win it? There's only one place to be, one continent to focus on, and one sport to stick with.
Are you ready for this? Rabat, Casablanca, Marrakech, Fes, Tangier, and Agadir. 6 cities all ready for this continental fiesta. Do not be left out.
It's time for Africa. It's time for business. It's time for the 2025 African Cup of Nations. Get ready to yalla!
In Group B of the AFCON happening in Morocco, which poses to be one of the best AFCONs we've seen, with Morocco putting all the fires in to make this possible. In Group B we have South Africa, Egypt, Zimbabwe, and Egypt are AFCON powerhouses. They've won the AFCON 7 times, and now they are having their coach being one of their immense and prolific strikers in person of Osam Hassan. He was a prolific striker with Egypt and AFCON, and now he's leading them with Mohamed Salah into this one with 7 titles. They are definitely one of the teams to look out for in Group B, and I tip them to make it out of the group. They've not won the tournament for 15 years. 2010 was when they last won, and they'll be coming all in to win this one. South Africa, on the other hand, last one in 1996, and they are looking to win it again now with a large amount of home-based players in the squad. Mamelodi Sundowns dominating that squad. They'll be looking to do that. Hugo Broos and his boys from Mamelodi Sundowns and a couple other people from across the world are going to be coming in to ensure that South Africa tries to get. The last time out, they got to the semi-final, were knocked out by Nigeria. This time they will be hoping to do one better. Zimbabwe and Angola on the other side have never won the AFCON before, and they are coming in as underdogs in that aspect, and they'll be trying to push above their weights to ensure that they put the Al Ahly, Pyramids, and Zamalek dominated Egypt squad, and also the South African squad. They'll be looking to push them away and try to get out of this group. But for me, South Africa and Egypt are my favorites to make it out of Group B in Morocco. They will be playing their games in Marrakech and Agadir. That's where Group B games will be happening, and we'll be bringing those games live to you as they happen. Thank you.
World ranking, FIFA World ranking number 5. That's to tell you how good they were.
Morocco! 52 matches, 24 nations, 9 stadiums, 6 cities, 1 continent, 1 title, 1 goal. The undisputed champion of Africa. Wake up, Africa!
2025 African Cup of Nations is here, and it's time to yala. What is your favorite animal? The Super Eagles, the Carthage Eagles, the Teranga Lions, the Chipolopolos, the Foxes, or the Squirrels?
Or are you for the Bafana, the Pharaohs, the Indomitable Lions, the Stallions, the Zebras, the Leopards, or the defending champions, the Elephants in the room?
Well, whatever you are, it's time to rep your nation, make the loudest noise, and dirty your December with the best of football that the African continent has got to offer. No go carry last though.
Who will be crowned champions? The Ivory Coast defending their title, runners-up in the Super Eagles, or Morocco hosting to win it? There's only one place to be, one continent to focus on, and one sport to stick with.
Are you ready for this? Rabat, Casablanca, Marrakech, Fes, Tangier, and Agadir. 6 cities all ready for this continental fiesta. Do not be left out.
It's time for Africa. It's time for business. It's time for the 2025 African Cup of Nations. Get ready to yalla!
Alex Agbasere previewing Group D for the AFCON 2025 in Morocco. We have 4 teams with contrasting fortunes going into this tournament. Senegal, the DRC, Benin Republic and Botswana. For Senegal, they are one of the big sides for this tournament and one of the favorites to go all the way to win the AFCON in 2025. They'll be squaring up against the DRC, Benin Republic and Botswana and looking for an opportunity to do what they did in 2021, winning the AFCON in a grand style. Now, for the DRC side, do not forget they are responsible for knocking out Nigeria from the World Cup playoff, beating them via penalties. They've also been doing some amazing work recently in African football, and this group would also present another opportunity for the DRC to showcase everybody in Africa that they are here, not just to showcase what they can do, but maybe to also go all the way to challenge for the title. Another team in this group is the Benin Republic side, who really don't have a rich history when it comes to the AFCON, but their 2019 quarterfinal finish would give them some hope going into this tournament, knowing that they can take points off Senegal, Botswana, or DRC. Benin Republic are looking at this group and thinking of one of the sides who could cause an upset for the 2 big teams in this group. Now, for Botswana, definitely so. They will pride themselves as the outright underdogs for this one. Botswana have only ever appeared in an AFCON in 2012, where they lost 3 games rather in the group stages, and they were knocked out in the group stages. This time around, they're coming into this one looking at an opportunity to not just be the underdogs, but also steal points from the big boys. They also play a good defensive setup, and they also pride themselves in playing as a unit. And hopefully, they'll be thinking of qualifying from a group with Senegal, Benin Republic, and the DRC. So hopefully, we get to see some amazing games in Group D. And this has been the preview for Group D, the group of death in the AFCON 2025 in Morocco.
Football fiesta will kick off December 21 in the North African country of Morocco, and 24 top sides from the continent will slug it out for the big title. And for the host, it's their chance to win the first title since 1976. They got to the World Cup semi-finals in 2022 right there in Qatar. But the Super Eagles of Nigeria, the Teranga Lions of Senegal, and also defending champions Les Elephants of Cote d'Ivoire will have a huge say if Morocco can go ahead and win this first title in almost 50 years. Welcome to our tournament preview that features Olawale Adigo, that's my name, and also I've got Chuma Nolly and also Timi Oweye on this preview. How you doing, guys?
Very good, Wale.
Good to be here. Thank you for having us, man.
All right, don't forget the format stays the same, and it's still 24 teams, 6 groups. There will be best losers that will proceed to the knockouts. So nothing has changed from the previous one that we did enjoy in Cote d'Ivoire. But let's talk about the host, the Atlas Lions of Morocco, who, interestingly, the name of the mascot is called Assad, which is also a name of one of the players who will probably be getting at the AFCON, the Carthage of Eagles. It's one player to watch out for, Assad. So that's an interesting fact in there. But Chuma, the host got to the World Cup semi-finals in 2022, and that has brought a lot of attention. But they've also lived up to it, right? But do you think that adds an extra layer of pressure on them?
It does, but sometimes, that pressure leads you to the treasure, as the case is for this Moroccan side. We expected that much too in AFCON 2023 that took place in 2024, and we saw them knocked out despite being still fresher from that World Cup experience as at that time. But that's been consistent. We've seen them in the World Cup qualifying series. This team considered just 2 goals. They were unblemished when it came to victories in the World Cup qualifiers, and they've also been able to prove their mettle in different facets of the game. They can brag about having the best player in Africa right now in Achraf Hakimi too, and there's been consistency as to the leadership of the team too. That's something that will work. The same coach who took them to the exploit in Qatar 3 years ago is the man who's still in charge of the side. All of these things will play out in their favor. They are hosts as well, and we know the conversations that have been on social media after the CAF Awards as to CAF, and Morocco. I'm not going to say more than that, but all of these things play out in their favor too. We're going to be seeing a bit of lesser lights, which is something I don't buy into, against opposition sides too.
All right, don't forget that the hosts are in Group A that features Comoros. It's also got the Eagles of Mali and also the Chipolopolo of Zambia, who are champions from 2012. But still on the champions, just quickly, Timmy, how good is this Moroccan side?
Well, they are very good. They are very good because you check out how they qualify for the World Cup. 8 games, 8 wins, scoring plenty of goals. Tells you a lot about this Moroccan side. They have quality players. Ashraf Hakimi playing for PSG, Brahim Diaz playing for Real Madrid. They have explosive players who can turn games around for them. And like we said, they are hosting this game more or less because Guinea could not host. And so more or less, they will look at it and say, hey, we have the opportunity to win this competition just at our backyard. The last time they won was in the 70s, Olale. I wasn't even born then. And I'm very sure a generation of Moroccan fans didn't see that Nations Cup, didn't see Morocco hoist or lift up the trophy itself. So in all of this, you just have this feeling that they will be gearing to want to win this at home. I think the last Nations Cup in Ivory Coast, it was just surprising that they lost in
South
round.
Africa.
It was really surprising because they really played well. But I think they'll be giving this one a shot. I expect them to go as far as the finals, and I expect them to even win this tournament.
So definitely, Chuma, Morocco are one of the teams to beat. Who are the other teams you're tipping to have a go at the title?
I think looking at the last set of editions of the AFCON, Algeria champions in 2019. Algeria also one of those North African teams that's qualified for the biggest of stages next year in USA, Mexico, and Canada. Surely Cote d'Ivoire too, a side who were lucky enough to finish third in the group and then somehow still went all the way to win. They had a fantastic record in the World Cup qualifying series as well, which is the most recent set of matches we can use to judge African teams. Cote d'Ivoire did not concede goal in the qualifying series for the World Cup. That's huge. And for a team to be so blessed with talents that they're not carrying Nicolas Pepe to this tournament, it just shows you the kind of brilliance Adingra is not going into, which is a bit of a surprise. So that's going to be Cote d'Ivoire for me. Senegal, surely, there's been consistency around that national team. And I will be forced to mention Nigeria's Super Eagles because of the talent we have individually. As a team, I'm not yet sure of the Super Eagles, but they'll be in the conversation too.
Now, Timmy, what about you?
Definitely, I will start from where Chuma stopped. Definitely, Nigeria has to be in there. You look at Nigeria, every tournament apart from maybe 2006, they've always got, maybe 2008 too, they've always got into the semi-finals of the competition. So it's definitely Nigeria, one of the teams to watch out for. Like I said, Morocco will be in there. Never ever rule out the Algerians because they can also be very tricky. They've been out in the doldrums for a while.
Fun fact about the Algerians, they are unbeaten in the last 3 group stage edition of the AFCON. They never lost in the group stages.
It tells you a lot. They won it in 2019. They didn't do well in 2023. The one they hosted in 2024. But in all of this, you just have to look at it and say, hey, Algerians will be in there. Egypt, let's not forget Mo Salah is having some issues right now at Liverpool, but he want to prove himself again. He want to tell the world that, hey, even though I'm having issues with Liverpool, I want to make my country proud.
In what state of mind do you think Mo Salah goes into the AFCON? We know that things are not going right. Let me stick with you in that before we talk about dark horses and wrap things up. In what state of mind? That we've seen how the Egyptian teammates have rallied behind him, saying he's our leader, we're backing him, whatever's happening in Liverpool, Salah is Salah, and nothing changes that. But for the player himself, don't you think he goes to the AFCON needing to prove himself to Egypt? Remember, Jimmy Carragher said, for all you've done, you've never won the AFCON with Egypt.
Yeah, I think that will be something at the back of his mind, especially those words from Carragher. Knowing that he's not done much for the Egyptian national team. But you look at it critically, this Egyptian side, he's always been the one that has carried them all the way through. The 2018 World Cup, they couldn't do anything much because he was injured before that tournament. Even the Nations Cup that they got to the final, you always see that Mo Salah has always been an instrumental player for the Egyptian national team. The only problem here is just the fact that they don't always have the edge, that finishing touch to them lifting the trophy. So I feel that going into this tournament, I don't think he has anything to prove. This is a man who has won titles, who has scored goals, who has done plenty of assists. He was the MVP from last season. He had clubs knocking at his door even after the season that he had with Liverpool. I don't think he has anything to prove. What he needs to just go and do for Egypt at this point in time, have a good showing at the Nations Cup, and maybe a better club might just come for him.
So do you think that Salah Chuma's produced a statement moment with Egypt, or it needs one at this AFCON?
I think for me, it's even more, it's beyond just trying to prove to guys in Liverpool or Carragher that he's that good. I think it's a case of him proving to himself and his countrymen that he's a legend of the game in that territory. Yeah, because for every time we hail Nwankwo Kanu, we talk about the fact that sadly he did not win the Nations Cup with Nigeria. And that's one bragging right Mikel Obi has had over him, that he won the AFCON beyond all of the continental glory at European football level. And for Salah, that's it. Final 2017, final 2021, Senegal stopped them back then. So, and he knows he's in his 30s now. So the pressure on him is, I would like to win the AFCON for myself and my country. I think that's more of it. It's like Didier Drogba, who did not win with Cote d'Ivoire, than trying to prove any point in Liverpool.
All right, so I mean, we're done with the title favourites. What are your dark horses, Chuma?
Uganda comes to my mind, not to win the
the
title,
Cranes.
but but they come to my mind, maybe not to win the title, but as a side who will go far in the competition. Sometimes you look at them and think that they don't have enough quality. But I've seen this team, 10 matches in the World Cup qualifying series, 6 wins, 4 defeats, amassed even more points than Nigeria Super Eagles, even though they were in different groups. And they come into a group where you think, even if you're not top 2, you finish third, you can still qualify as one of the top 3 teams, and anything is possible when you get to the knockout rounds. After all said and done, Nigeria was so perfect in 2021, winning all 3 group games, including beating Egypt, only to lose to Tunisia, who finished third in their group. So there's that opportunity for Uganda. And then I'll just throw in DR Congo, semi-finalist last time out.
Yeah.
Now they're about to go to the World Cup.
Yeah.
Uganda and DR Congo for me.
All right, Uganda, DR Congo, that's some East African flavor to it, sort of. But for Timmy, are you going West African?
Yeah, I will go for Mali first. Definitely, you have to look at them critically. They have
Perennial underachievers, right?
They are always doing so much in the group stages. They will play so well. But at the time when you need them most, they just tend to fizzle out in the knockout stage. I think I will still pick them as one of my dark horses for this Nations Cup. Let's not forget Burkina Faso. They have some very good players at this point in time. Breton Traore, who is playing for Sunderland. And they also have another player, I can't remember his name right. But you just have this feeling that Burkina Faso might also just be in there. Remember the last Nations Cup Nigeria won? They got to the finals. It was Nigeria that edged them. And definitely I have to say DR Congo. Hey, who can just not look at DR Congo? Sebastian Desabre. He's done so much for African football. I wanted to have him as the Super Eagles coach. I would have loved it, but then it didn't happen. So for my dark horses, Mali, Burkina, DR Congo.
Sebastian Desabre is on his 12th stint or 12th job in Africa. He knows the continent like the back of his hands. He's managed with that Casablanca. He's managed Lobola.
He looks like Claude Leroy.
Yeah, it's like a Claude Leroy, right? Claude Leroy. And talk about Claude Leroy. He says he doesn't believe the Super Eagles have got what it takes to win the AFCON. He believes that our firepower up front is not convincing. He said if you score 20 goals in World Cup qualifying in 12 matches, you should be doing better.
Yeah.
And for that reason, he's not convinced about Nigeria's chances. So sad. But before we wrap up this preview, guys, I want to put you on the spot. Who is winning AFCON 2025? Chuma, you go first.
Do we have just one option or two?
You have one.
Just one.
Yeah.
Why not finalists?
Okay.
Okay. Let me make it easier.
Okay, finalists. Morocco will be in the final, and Nigeria because I'm Nigerian, but Morocco.
Do you agree with him?
Yeah. I think I will toe his line. Morocco definitely should win this competition, but then for the other finalists, I'll be looking at DR Congo.
All right, some interesting picks from the guys on our tournament preview for AFCON 2025. It begins on the 21st of December when the host Morocco take on Comoros, who have named them a fully foreign-based team for the Africa Cup of Nations. Do well to enjoy the tournament, and it's dirty December. It means that you can have fun, celebrate Christmas, and also enjoy the very best of African football. It's a wrap from us right here. Morocco, 52 matches, 24 nations, 9 stadiums, 6 cities, 1 continent, 1 title, 1 goal. The undisputed champion of Africa. Wake up, Africa!
2025 African Cup of Nations is here, and it's time to yalla. What is your favorite animal? The Super Eagles, the Carthage Eagles, the Teranga Lions, the Chipolopolos, the Foxes, or the Squirrels?
Or are you for the Bafana, the Pharaohs, the Indomitable Lions, the Stallions, the Zebras, the Leopards, or the defending champions, the Elephants in the room?
Well, whatever you are, it's time to rep your nation, make the loudest noise, and dirty your December with the best of football that the African continent has got to offer. No go carry last though.
Who will be crowned champions? The Ivory Coast defending their title, runners-up in the Super Eagles, or Morocco hosted to win it? There's only one place to be, one continent to focus on, and one sport to stick with.
Are you ready for this? Rabat, Casablanca, Marrakech, Fes, Tangier, and Agadir. 6 cities all ready for this continental fiesta. Do not be left out.
It's time for Africa. It's time for business. It's time for the 2025 African Cup of Nations. Get ready to Yala!
Guys, my name is Elias Alex Agbasere, previewing Group D for the AFCON 2025 in Morocco. We have 4 teams with contrasting fortunes going into this tournament. Senegal, the DRC, Benin Republic and Botswana. For Senegal, they are one of the big sides for this tournament and one of the favorites to go all the way to win the AFCON in 2025. They'll be squaring up against the DRC, Benin Republic and Botswana and looking for an opportunity to do what they did in 2021, winning the AFCON in a grand style. Now, for the DRC side, do not forget they are responsible for knocking out Nigeria from the World Cup playoff, beating them via penalties. They've also been doing some amazing work recently in African football, and this group would also present another opportunity for the DRC to showcase everybody in Africa that they are here, not just to showcase what they can do, but maybe to also go all the way to challenge for the title. Another team in this group is the Benin Republic side, who really don't have a rich history when it comes to the AFCON, but their 2019 quarterfinal finish would give them some hope going into this tournament, knowing that they can take points off Senegal, Botswana, or the DRC. Benin Republic are looking at this group and thinking of one of the sides who could cause an upset for the 2 big teams in this group. Now, for Botswana, definitely so. They will pride themselves as the outright underdogs for this one. Botswana have only ever appeared in an AFCON in 2012, where they lost 3 games rather, in the group stages, and they were knocked out in the group stages of that tournament. This time around, they're coming into this one looking at an opportunity to not just be the underdogs, but also steal points from the big boys. They also play a good defensive setup, and they also pride themselves in playing as a unit, and hopefully they'll be thinking of qualifying from a group with Senegal, Benin Republic, and the DRC. So hopefully we get to see some amazing games in Group D, and this has been the preview for Group D, the group of death in the AFCON 2025 in Morocco. My name is Elias Alex Agbasere, previewing Group D for the AFCON 2025 in Morocco. We have 4 teams with contrasting fortunes going into this tournament. Senegal, the DRC, Benin Republic and Botswana. For Senegal, they are one of the big sides for this tournament and one of the favorites to go all the way to win the AFCON in 2025. They'll be squaring up against the DRC, Benin Republic and Botswana and looking for an opportunity to do what they did in 2021, winning the AFCON in a grand style. Now, for the DRC side, do not forget they are responsible for knocking out Nigeria from the World Cup playoff, beating them via penalties. They've also been doing some amazing work recently in African football, and this group would also present another opportunity for the DRC to showcase everybody in Africa that they are here, not just to showcase what they can do, but maybe to also go all the way to challenge for the title. Another team in this group is the Benin Republic side, who really don't have a rich history when it comes to the AFCON, but their 2019 quarterfinal finish would give them some hope going into this tournament, knowing that they can take points off Senegal, Botswana, or the DRC. Benin Republic are looking at this group and thinking of one of the sides who could cause an upset for the two big teams in this group. Now, for Botswana, definitely so. They will pride themselves as the outright underdogs for this one. Botswana have only ever appeared in an AFCON in 2012, where they lost 3 games rather, in the group stages, and they were knocked out in the group stages of that tournament. This time around, they're coming into this one looking at an opportunity to not just be the underdogs, but also steal points from the big boys. They also play a good defensive setup, and they also pride themselves in playing as a unit, and hopefully they'll be thinking of qualifying from a group with Senegal, Benin Republic, and the DRC. So hopefully we get to see some amazing games in Group D, and this has been the preview for Group D, the group of death in the AFCON 2025 in Morocco.
Morocco, 52 matches, 24 nations, 9 stadiums, 6 cities, 1 continent, 1 title, 1 goal. The undisputed champion of Africa. Wake up, Africa!
2025 African Cup of Nations is here, and it's time to yalla. What is your favorite animal? The Super Eagles, the Carthage Eagles, the Teranga Lions, the Chipolopolos, the Foxes, or the Squirrels?
Or are you for the Bafana, the Pharaohs, the Indomitable Lions, the Stallions, the Zebras, the Leopards, or the defending champions, the Elephants in the room?
Well, whatever you are, it's time to rep your nation, make the loudest noise, and dirty your December with the best of football that the African continent has got to offer. No go carry last though.
Who will be crowned champions? The Ivory Coast defending their title, runners-up in the Super Eagles, or Morocco hosting to win it? There's only one place to be, one continent to focus on, and one sport to stick with.
Are you ready for this? Rabat, Casablanca, Marrakech, Fes, Tangier, and Agadir. 6 cities all ready for this continental fiesta. Do not be left out.
It's time for Africa. It's time for business. It's time for the 2025 African Cup of Nations. Get ready to yalla!
Morocco, 52 matches, 24 nations, 9 stadiums, 6 cities, 1 continent, 1 title, 1 goal. The undisputed champion of Africa. Wake up, Africa!
2025 African Cup of Nations is here, and it's time to yalla. What is your favorite animal? The Super Eagles, the Carthage Eagles, the Teranga Lions, the Chipolopolos, the Foxes, or the Squirrels?
Or are you for the Bafana, the Pharaohs, the Indomitable Lions, the Stallions, the Zebras, the Leopards, or the defending champions, the Elephants in the room?
Well, whatever you are, it's time to rep your nation, make the loudest noise, and dirty your December with the best of football that the African continent has got to offer. No go carry last though.
Who will be crowned champions? The Ivory Coast defending their title, runners-up in the Super Eagles, or Morocco hosting to win it? There's only one place to be, one continent to focus on, and one sport to stick with.
Are you ready for this? Rabat, Casablanca, Marrakech, Fes, Tangier, and Agadir. 6 cities all ready for this continental fiesta. Do not be left out.
It's time for Africa. It's time for business. It's time for the 2025 African Cup of Nations. Get ready to yalla!
Hi, welcome everybody to our broadcast for today. It's another amazing day in the African Cup of Nations in Morocco, and from wherever you are joining us on this broadcast, we say a very big welcome to you. Bonsoir from wherever you are, or should it be a cowboy as I'm wearing my Yoruba traditional cap here, the fila here. It's good to be here. It's absolutely good to be here for another day of football, another day of our broadcast, I should say. Match day 2 is already ongoing in the African Cup of Nations. We've seen some interesting results. Just today, Benin Republic picked up their first win of this AFCON, defeating Botswana by a goal to 0. You know, so as a result of that, that means that they now have 3 points and makes this group delicately poised for the teams that are about to play now, which we're about to bring to you, who will have 3 points from their opening game as it stands. My name is Samuel Bamishevi, and welcome to our studios here in Lagos, Nigeria. Sami Bam, I'll be your host for today, and I'm doing this alongside my man, Alex. Yeah, man, how you doing today? It's good to be here with you.
Yeah, good to be here. Good afternoon to you, and you know, to our viewers, wherever they are watching from. It's another brilliant matchup just right in front of us. Big game by our standards. I mean, you've said it already. The group is now open for anybody to steal, because Botswana have lost their second game and Benin Republic picked up 3 points. So that really means that I don't think that Botswana will be making their way to the next round of this tournament. But this is a big game by our standards. It's Senegal against DR Congo. I remember the last time I saw these two sides play football, and it was wonderful to watch. You know, there were goals, and you know, both teams pushed themselves, you know, to the very limit. So I don't expect anything less from today's game, because it's a difficult game. It's a competitive matchup between these two sides, and hopefully we get to see all the excitement when this game will start by 4 p.m. But good to be here. Good to see that the African Cup of Nations has brought all this excitement from the first game when Morocco played against the Comoros Islands down to you know, Benin Republic beating Botswana by 1 goal to 0. It's been fun. I've enjoyed the games. And tonight we're also, you know, expecting that the fun continues when the player get against Tunisia. But good to be here. Let's talk football.
Yeah, absolutely. I think of all the remarkable things that has happened in this tournament so far, I think one that we cannot deny is the fact that we have been seeing top goals.
Yes.
The quality of goals right from match day 1, that El Kabi strike, and then the rest that has followed it. They have just been absolutely beautiful. And I think that's part of the beauty of the African Cup of Nations.
Yeah, that's part of the beauty of the African Cup of Nations. And I think that, I mean, when I saw that goal, I was just biting my nose and wishing that was the first goal of the tournament, because that certainly so would have been something that Kabi goal was the opener. It would have made sense that that's how you open the AFCON. But still, the quality has shown. Many teams have come to play. They've come to the party, and the big boys too have won. You know, 75% of the games in the AFCON. We've not really seen that underdog story,
upset,
you know, relatively smaller side winning games at the AFCON so far. So it's been a wonderful tournament. The big boys have stepped up. The big players who we regularly see week in, week out for the European clubs have also stepped up for their various national teams. So it's been fun, and I've enjoyed it so far.
I think one thing that looks very certain is the fact that we probably will not see too many upsets in terms of qualification from the group stage into the round of 16. You saw the goal against from Jackson, Nicholas Jackson, the former Chelsea man. You saw it scrolling through your screens there, and
so it's been an impressive performance so far for Nicholas Jackson, who has 2 goals and who is seated on top of that scorers chart as the number 1 guy with 2 goals in 1 game. And who knows, I don't know, the Senegalese, they'll be looking at him today as maybe a source of inspiration to score in their game against the DRC. This is a really good Senegalese squad with Ndiaye, Jacobs, Sadio Mane and the likes. It's just a very good team.
Now you just took me to my next talking point, looking at the quality of the Senegalese side. Right from the goalkeeping department, you have a player, Edouard Mendy. He has played at all the heights in terms of the Champions League with Chelsea, you know. And then there's Papa Sarr, there's Idris Gueye, Ndiaye, and all of them. There's too much quality. Sadio Mane himself, there's too much quality in the Senegal side, in the Senegalese side. Are we already looking at the team to beat in this tournament, a potential finalist in the tournament?
Well, I will be very disappointed if they don't go far in this tournament. And this is me honestly speaking, because like I said...
What is far?
semi-final.
Okay.
For semi-final. I mean, if they get knocked out before the semi-final, then it would have been a disappointing tournament for them.
I agree. I think
I'm looking at them and saying they have a very strong team, a very good team, well drilled. They played 3-0 in their first game, kept a clean sheet.
Yeah.
They looked comfortable on the ball. Off the ball, they didn't concede too many chances, and I think they will do the same against the DRC. Yes, I expect them to go as far as the semi-final, like I said, but it's always going to be difficult. I mean, you can't predict. It's the Africa Cup of Nations, the unpredictability of the Africa Cup of Nations. That's what makes it exciting and interesting for us to watch. But I have to say that they have a great team, a great squad, alongside Morocco, Tunisia, Algeria, Nigeria. These are strong African teams, Cameroon and Ivory Coast. You can't put them aside. They also have great teams. But the Senegalese just have a very compact team, from the defense, the goalkeeping department, the midfielders, and even the attackers. It's a wonderful team, well put together. And like I said, I will be disappointed. And I know for a fact that every Senegalese supporter out there will be disappointed if they don't get that past the semi-final.
I think I do agree with you. I mean, just going through the roll call of some of the players that they have here and the clubs they play for: Ismail Assar in Palace in England, Ndiaye is with Everton, Sheriff Ndiaye is with Samsun Sport in Turkey. Then there's Jacobs, we mentioned, Galatasaray. Even Crepin Diatta in the defense, Monaco. Nyakite in Lille, Mani in Saudi. I think they have quality players. But if we look at DR Congo players now, they also have some good names among their ranks too.
They do.
And Maswaku, Twanzebe, Mbemba, Wan-Bissaka, Bongodo. I think those are also good players we need to look out for.
Good players, and yes, they should be the biggest test for Senegal in this group, obviously.
Yeah.
And it will show in this game. You read out some of the exciting names of players that we see week in, week out. Some for Premier League clubs, others for Italian clubs, for French clubs. We see them play, in European football, and they always impress. This DR Congo side is a very good team. In the World Cup qualifiers, they gave Senegal a run for their money, and I think they're going to continue in that.
And they knocked out Nigeria.
They are responsible for that. I mean, we cannot forget that. And so to speak, we saw from their first game, even though they only scored a goal, and it was off a mistake from the Benin Republic side, but you could see in moments of the game their transition play. They were very compact on the ball. They also defended well when they had to defend against Benin Republic. So it's not going to be an easy contest for the Senegalese side. And like you said, I think both teams have very good teams with good attackers, good midfielders, and good defenders. And they should, have to hold still to the very end. So I expect something spectacular because both teams star-studded quality players all over the pitch.
Yeah, that's one of the qualities that DR Congo have, the ability to stay turned on and switched on all through the game and waiting for that little mistake. Nigeria can tell already too. Just one little slip up and they capitalize, and they just stay on you till the end of the game, really. So that kind of quality from there. But let's talk a little about the little question mark hanging over the head of certain players in this DR Congo side. We've seen so much drama about it on social media and how, are they going to be disqualified when Nigeria take their place? And they've gone on to keep using those players even in the tournament. Twanzebe is one of them. Wan-Bissaka is also one of the questionable players with the question mark on their head. Are we expecting to see something different very soon from FIFA? Is there going to be a ruling?
I think there will be a ruling. Now,
let's not forget there was an institution of Unsue years back, last AFCON.
And we know what happened with that.
Yes.
FIFA don't joke around with ineligible players who are not fit to play or who are not supposed to play a game. Play a game. FIFA don't joke with it. CAF don't also joke with it. So if that's the case, if that's the existing premise that they use in judging these things by disqualification or giving the opponent 3 goals and giving them the win, then something has to be done. Now, there is a rule of how citizenship or dual citizenship operates in DR Congo, which we know that some of these guys that you've mentioned, like the Twanzebes, Wan-Bissaka, all have British passports, right? So if they put account into these things, they will all be brought to light, and then we know that investigation is currently
Still ongoing,
as we speak. So the details of everything that they need, they're beginning to bring them one by one to the table.
Yeah.
And when they reach that decision, and I tell you something, they don't have to apprehend or catch 3 or 4 players. They just need one person.
True.
If they can get one person on that board and say this guy is not fit to play for this game, and do not forget, we also had reports that some of these players who have dual citizenship for the DRC got their clearance from FIFA to play against to play in the World Cup playoff just 2 days before the tournament. So that already spells doom on its own for the DRC. We're going to leave them to play the African Cup of Nations. I don't think that we should disturb them with eligible players or ineligibility for players to play or not. I just feel like we should let them play the AFCON. But for the World Cup qualifiers, I know for a fact, like I said, Sammy, they don't have to hold on to 2 or 3 players. Just one person is enough. If they get one person and it falls under that category of you're not supposed to play this game or you're not eligible to play this game, then it will swing in the favor of the Nigerian side, and you know what that means, that we get the 3 goals and the 3 points and we move to the next round, which will be the World Cup playoffs, the Intercontinental playoffs, where we get to play either North Caledonia or Bolivia, some of the other teams who are also in that qualifying space. So I don't know. Fingers crossed. I don't want to say I'm happy because, I mean, normally we're not supposed to be talking about the World Cup via backdoor. I don't even know if this one is still backdoor or something.
So pass back window.
But then again, it is what it is, and the rules,
it is what it is.
Apply when it's supposed to apply, and that's what I just feel.
So it's a matter of time. It's a matter of how long we're going to wait before this ruling comes out. But certainly, it should come out before the Intercontinental playoffs, which you should hold sometime next year. Just to take you through some of the players who have this this disputed claim of ineligibility. Wan-Bissaka, who plays with West Ham. There's Tuanzebe with Burnley, Masuaku with Sunderland, Marius Thiokens with Anderlecht. There's Ange Balikwisha with Celtic, Mathieu Polo with Standard Liège, Nathalie Mbuku with Montpellier, and then there's also Lionel Mpasi with Le Havre. So quite a number of players on that list. Remember that wherever you're joining us from, you can please call us to share your thoughts on all our talking points as well as our featured game for today, Senegal versus DR Congo. The number is on your screen, +234 81 3619 7658. Again, the number is +234 81 3619 7658. You can drop your comment in our YouTube comment section. Please do remember to like and subscribe, and also share this link as we'll take you through the game between Senegal and DR Congo. Big game. Both teams with 3 points at the moment. As it stands in that group, based on the table, Senegal remain top, scoring 3 goals, conceding none in the opening game against Botswana, so they stay top of the group. DR Congo will be second, 1 point, 3 points, I beg your pardon, 1 goal scored from 1 game. Benin Republic should be third. They have 3 goals, 3 points, I beg your pardon, from just the game that was played today. So that's 2 games for them. They have 1 win and a loss. Then bottom of the group, Botswana, they are already home and dry as it stands. They are going back to their house after this stage. So that's what the table is looking like in that group. Very soon we'll bring you the lineups of the 2 sides as we are just a few minutes away from kickoff. Here's the lineup. Let's go through Senegal's first. Edouard Mendy is in goal, plays with Al Ali in the Saudi League. There's Diatta, Crepin Diatta, yes, with France in Monaco. There's Khalidou Koulibaly as well in Saudi. Niakite Jacobs, who had the assist for Jackson, the first goal against Botswana in the last game. There's Idrissa and Papa Gueye, Ismail Assar, Iliman and Diayo of Everton. Mane, yes, Mane is also there, the man who plays as well in Saudi with Al Nassr, with Ronaldo. And Nicholas Jackson, top scorer at the moment. Missed a lot of chances just to score 2, but no problem for Senegal as far as they're concerned. We'll go to the lineup of DR Congo. And passing Zhao starts and goal. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, formerly of Manchester United, in that defense. There's Charles Mbemba as well, who is one of the key players they'll be looking forward to. Plays with Lille. Axel Tuazebe also played with Manchester United before. Masuaku is there. Montesami starts in the midfield, just in front of the defense. Bongonda, who scored that goal against Benin Republic, is also there. There's Mukau Sadiki, Noah Sadiki, who plays with Sunderland, and Meshak Elia of Alliance Sport in Turkey, and there's Cedric Bakambu, who is also completing the starting lineup, plays with Real Betis. So these two sides, this lineup, strong lineup, arguably.
Yes, one of the strongest, set of lineups that we've seen so far in this tournament. Two teams with great players across, the field. It's 11 men, strong starting lineup for DRC. And same story goes for the Senegalese side, and knowing that 3 points is what these two teams will be looking forward to in this game. Because, like I said, 3 points will also cement your place in the next round of the Africa Cup of Nations. So I expect it to be a game of filled with thrilling moments. Because I'm looking at the DRC. I'm looking at their lineup and I'm thinking to myself, this is a very good lineup, and very strong team. Cedric Bakambu leading the line, a guy who on and off the board is an amazing striker, and he can do lots of great things for the DRC side. So I expect it to be good. I expect a very strong game from the two sides, and yes, both managers have gone for strong lineups. They're not trying to gamble, not trying to risk anything or try to experiment on anything. Just when they're big teams, big players, and ready to play. And yes, hopefully that they bring to the table what we expect, which is a wonderful, wonderful game.
A win for either of these sides will take them into the next round, arguably as it stands, because that's going to be 6 points for whichever team gets the win. But a draw here, let's do the mathematics. A draw here just makes the group a little more dicey.
It makes it dicey.
4 point, then 3 points.
Then 3 points for Benin Republic, which means the final game for Benin Republic, DR Congo, and Senegal will be important. So important that everybody would be looking for that 3 points.
And Senegal play Botswana.
Senegal play Botswana. Just easy for Senegal. I don't think that Senegal are going to struggle against Botswana.
I don't think so.
I think they'll get all 3 points in that game. Well, they played Botswana. Senegal play. DR Congo play Botswana. That's where it gets.
Yes, that's where it gets.
Senegal play Benin Republic. That's where it gets tricky for Senegal because they know that the Benin Republic side would be searching for 3 points. If they get 3 points, then they'll be knocking out Senegal. Who would also remain on 4 points. Well, qualify as best loser, you never know. But
could.
But again, it just makes it interesting going into the final game of the group. If this game ends in a draw, Benin Republic would give Senegal a hard time in the final game.
Absolutely.
I know that DRC would, I don't know, maybe stroll into that game against Botswana and get all 3 points. But you never can tell, Sam. They could go into that game and also struggle. So, this is where we say football, anything can happen, and rightly so. But a draw here, maybe it just sets that, good final match for the 4 teams in Group C.
So it interests you to speak of it like this. A draw here sets the good final match. Will you say a draw to
Nigeria to win and go to the next round? Because that final game, it's always tricky. And I always say it, in a tournament like this with 3 games in a group, the final game, if you're not there yet, if you're not home and dry, look at Egypt now. They can rest, they can afford to rest Salah, rest Mamouche, rest some of their key players, Trezeguet and the likes, and just bring in their fringe players to play the final game because already they're in the next round. But for Nigeria, we have to win. Will you win? You have the opportunity against Uganda to rest Osimhen, Ademola Lookman, even Stanley Wabali, and rest some of the big guns so that they can be fresh for the round of 16.
Absolutely.
Because we play every 3 days, so we need the players fresh. We need them on point and ready to go. So, yes, I'm not going to say that 1 point against Tunisia would be ideal for the Nigerian side. Take 3 points, qualify to the next round, that's it.
Yeah, 3 points and qualifying to the next round is exactly what they'll be looking forward to, as this game between Senegal and DR Congo will be kicking off very, very shortly. The game will be going on at the Grand Stade de Tangier there in Morocco, and we hear that both teams are already taking to the pitch. And just going through some of the records and their past meeting, the World Cup qualifier, which you mentioned, Senegal taking out 3-2, but that was definitely a very, very big clash between both of them. They met in the World Cup qualifiers in 2024, and it ended 1-1. That was the first leg. Ended 1-1, and that showed that DR Congo, Senegal, always a very, very tough game. And the last met in the last African Nations Championship in 2023, Senegal taking that one 3-0. So delicately poised, really, but put you on the spot. Where do you see this one swinging?
Yeah, it's really putting me on the spot because I mean, it's a tough time because this side big teams, strong players, very good squad. But I'll tilt towards Senegal. If any team will win this game at the end of 90 minutes, I'll give it to Senegal. So I say Senegal to win, maybe 2-0 or 2-1.
2-0 or 2-1. That's what he says. I feel like Senegal is also should also be taking this game with a win, as we will be getting pictures very soon from the stadium there in Tangier, where the game is currently ongoing already. We hear its kickoff already as it stands in the first half, and we'll just be waiting to take you through some of the match procedure. Remember that you can call us. The number is on your screen: +234 81 3619 7658. Again, +234 81 3619 7658. To remember to subscribe to our page vivxsports, as well as like and share this link so you can get other people to join the broadcast as it stands. We are getting our pictures, getting ready for what is going to come outside from this game, just at the early second minutes in the game. And we already hear reports that Senegal moving on a very, very sharp attack. Hasn't resulted to anything yet. But the conversation is going. Remember, drop your prediction as well in the comment section. Who do you think is going to take this game? Where do you think it's going to end? Let's talk. We'll be taking some of your comments from the comment section, both on YouTube and what have you. So please do well to share your thoughts with us. Our possession as it stands with Congo. Alium Pasu from the free kick plays long. Jackson brings it down for Senegal, wins a free kick from that one. It's quite the start already, KG, just 3 minutes into the game. And DR Congo are looking like they're going to ask questions, but yes, Senegal coming forward on the left hand side. He's got a man running inside the box. Cross comes in, is out of play for a corner kick to Senegal. Jacobs just running down the left hand wings. He's shown already once in this tournament that he can really make those crosses in, as the DR Congo coach watches on Sebastian Debar. Corner for Senegal. A little pushing and shoving, and referee just having a word with Mukau and Jackson. Lots of bodies in white in the box. Senegal will love to get off the mark very quickly. And Jacobs is going to deliver the cross. Comes inside, evades everyone, and the whistle goes for a free kick to DR Congo. Mane was already racing to the ball and thought he was going to get possession at the point in time. It's a free kick. It's a free kick to DRC. Certainly not going to make this game any easy for Senegal. That one is for sure. Well, you reckon that at any point in time the first goal goes in, especially in this first half, that is just going to open the game a lot.
Yeah, definitely so. And I think that with the way the game has started so far, We've seen that the Senegalese have, dominated the early proceedings. They've had to claw their way from that left-hand side and looking to create spaces just in and around the defense of the DRC. And that majorly would be the story of this game. Senegal looking to dominate things early stages, though 5 minutes, make that 6 minutes of football play, and they've had possession. Now they have it on the right-hand side. They're walking the ball intricately. They're looking to, get the better of their markers 1v1. Ismail Assar on one side and Sadio Mane on the other side.
Yeah.
It's been a wonderful, early minutes for them. Diatta also controlling things in the midfield. That's the story of how this Senegalese side, how good they are, and how good they can play. And look at that touch there from the man in Diaye to find Ismail Assar, who tries to beat his marker Masuaku on that far right hand side. Unsuccessful though on that occasion, but you have to give credit to the Senegalese side with how they've continually bring in star-studded players to their team. How they've also maintained the rich nature of their squad. From the 2019 AFCON down to this moment. It's a strong Senegalese side, and it's already a wonderful game so far in the first 7 minutes of the game.
Here's Mendy in the possession and goal. Former Chelsea goalkeeper tasted the highest heights of European football. Throwing to Senegal on the left hand side. Wan-Bissaka just putting it into touch. Sano throws for Jackson, who keeps possession. He's brought down. Referee says play on. Mukau gets it from Mbemba. We go all the way back now to Mukau again. Twanzebe. Back to goalkeeper Mpasi. They come on the right hand side. Wan-Bissaka calling for it. The player goes long, looking for the run of Cedric there. Couldn't find him. But they're also showing their intent, certainly. They're not going to let it slide and just let it run away from them. Elia.
Yeah, Elia, they're just chasing that ball. It was needless to chase it because the ball was hit too heavy. It just rolls out for a goal kick to Senegal. That was a searching ball from deep inside their own half. I think it was from Mbemba, if I'm not mistaken. Searching for the run of Elia on that right hand side. Elia, a very good player. He can play from the left hand side and also play from the right hand side. But because they have Bongonda already stationed on that side, he has to change or switch positions quickly when they have the ball, and that would be their go-to tactics in this game. Elia can switch positions quickly to give room for Bongonda to operate in that free number 10 position. And you can already see that they're easily pegged back, so to speak. That's the DR Congo now. Whenever they have the ball deep inside their own half, Senegal are looking to press them as high as they can and get the ball off them. And pictures of the guys who control African football.
Yeah, Patrice Motsepe and his clan right there at the Grand Stade de Tangier. And yes, Jacobs finds Jackson. The first chance of the game turns and twists, and only just rattles the side of the net. Nicholas Jackson, the chances have started coming for him. And if there's something he's got in his arsenal, is being able to position himself where the ball is going to come from.
Well, it's a wonderful try. I think that he started his marker, that's Chancellor Mbemba on that occasion. But you can look at that, he buried his leg on the ground, so he didn't connect with the ball fully as he would have wanted to do that, but hit the side netting. That's a chance gone begging for Senegal. They've worked it really well from that left-hand side, and here they come.
And they caught napping. Senegal coming forward. Here's Jackson. Sarr.
I don't know if it's me though, but it feels criminal to have Ismail Assar and Diaye, Mane and Jackson. That's what attacking for. It's brilliant.
Really brilliant. They gave away possession now. Here come forward the DRC side on the right hand side. Elia in possession on the right hand side. and his pass was just a little too heavy for Bongonda. Ooh, heavy touch, sliding tackle comes in as well. Really hefty, just drawing the tackle. And it was Cedric Bakambu who was penalized for the foul. The referee keeps his cards in his pocket. And just lucky to run away from that one on Scott. Idrissa Papagay.
Yeah. Well, that was needless if you ask me. He was just deep inside his own half. It wasn't going anywhere. It wasn't going to create danger from that point. But yeah, sometimes your emotions can run high as a football player. Bakambu just went into that tackle. No cards shown. Still very much early days. Just about 11 minutes of football played, and referee just trying to calm things down. Well, Senegal so far in the first early minutes, they've been clearly the better side. They've had more possession. They've passed the ball better than their counterparts. And they'll be looking to maybe continue that rich vein of form as they started the first half of this game.
And here's Jacobs on that left-hand side, crosses inside. And they're doing the defending well at this point in time. Mbemba responsible for that one. Just making sure that the crosses do not connect. Here, throwing on the left-hand side for Senegal. 11 minutes on the clock.
I'm surprised you didn't talk about the man just shown on the screen. It's a video looking by the DRC native, known for his Makosa songs and dance.
They have not danced it here in the tournament.
Well, if they win this game, certainly so. Maybe they would have an Awilo concert afterwards.
Yeah.
Because that would mean that they've qualified to the next.
I'm sure the video will come out on social media. The Awilo Logomba. But here we come. It's DRC coming forward through the center. Ooh, pass, just not connecting that time. And it's just been a case of when would the final pass tick and where would it move towards, really. It hasn't just quite worked out well for both sides. But going at that time, the target.
Well, he was the target, but I think he made his run too early. The ball was going to come to him, but if he had just delayed his run a bit, maybe that would have been another clear chance for the DRC side. But you can see the DR Congo are seated deep, trying to pack many bodies behind the ball, and 1v1 Mane and one
quality from Senegal to be able to extend play and stretch the pitch really is absolutely phenomenal. That time Mane's cross was headed out and possession given away. DRC come forward on the right hand side, turns into trouble, loses possession. Play is halted by the referee for a free kick that time. And Gay just pledging his innocence there.
Yeah, Bongonda on that occasion there. Look at that. He
got the ball cleanly. Yeah, Gay got the ball cleanly.
That's the reason why he's surprised that the referee had called that back for free kick in favour of the DRC side. But yeah, still very much early days.
Still very much early days. Remember, you can put a call through to us if you want to share your thoughts on the game. Masuaku out of play for DRC throw. The cross comes in all the way to the far post.
Nice.
Oh, it's a big chance now for DRC. They find the goal, but the flag goes up.
Oh wow.
Oh, just nearly Wan-Bissaka. Oh, he thought he had put his side in front. Yeah, just offside. Bongonda, who was setting on a plate for Wan-Bissaka to hit that one very well on the half volley.
Yeah, and I think that was a well-taken goal. But yeah, it was rightly offside. I think Bongonda was offside before he got to the end of that ball. But the square ball to Wan-Bissaka and the touch first time was absolutely magnificent. The goalkeeper got a touch to it, Mendy, but found the way into the back of the net, but it was flagged off for offside. Sad one for them, but that's shocking to me because that's against the run of play.
Yeah.
They've been pegged back so far in the first 15 minutes of this game.
And so
but
somehow
look at that, they've managed to put the ball in the back of the net before the Senegalese side, but ruled off for offside. But good chance created by the DRC.
A good chance from DRC will give them some confidence, certainly going forward. Koulibaly had some great time with Napoli. Here's Jackson. Keeps possession. Mane. Jacobs. Idrissa Gueye. And still possession with Senegal. Jackson now finds Ismail Assar out wide. And they're just walking the ball around the pitch from left to right. Sadio Mane up against Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Ismail Jacobs. Idrissa Gueye. Papa Gueye. Niakite. Mane. And DRC just doing well to block their man. And Mane that time taking a hit, and the referee calls it for a free kick. It was just an off-the-ball situation after he let the pass roll. And he just blocked his run and prevented him from getting the give and go. And that's the kind of marking they'll give a player like him. They know his quality.
Yeah, just to stifle whatever creativity or whatever he's planning, Sadio Mane. But good officiating that the referee didn't stop play and just allow that ball. And look at that for a chance.
There's almost a chance for Senegal to go in front. They had a strike blocked by the defender. And now they come for DRC on the right hand side. Away from one, and he's brought down. This time the referee is going to stop play. Theo Bongonda winning the free kick. Was it a trailing leg of Koulibaly? No, it wasn't. And the final touch was Idrissa Gueye. Just some turns into the middle of Idrissa and Koulibaly. A good move, and just confirmation of that offside goal.
Clearly offside is a yard or two offside, and it would have been a great goal to to score. That's the first one for this game.
Yeah, great goal.
Because the lofted pass into the box, the square ball to Wan-Bissaka, and then the finish from Wan-Bissaka to find the back of the net. That was a thing of quality, but yeah, ruled off for offside, and rightly so, the right call.
Free kick for the RC. We've got a chance to send bodies up front. And standing over it is Otto Masuaku. Plays with Sunderland. There's a short pass to the right. A chance to play a square ball. Blocked by Mane for a throw into the RC. Just a Meshak Elia, the Alliance Sport man. DRC throw. And yeah, like you said, Alex, you said, DRC fans.
Loads of them in Morocco. They're having fun. And I think with the kind of team that they have and the kind of football they play, they should, maybe go as far as the quarterfinals of this tournament. So we get to see more of the DRC fans in their numbers in Morocco.
Yet another throw into DRC. It's a battle to watch on the left hand side. Wan-Bissaka and Mane.
We've seen that for Liverpool, Manchester United in the Premier League. So it's not surprising that they're having to go at each other on that far side. But I think it's a battle that Mane would fancy, and a battle that Wan-Bissaka will also fancy to go head to head against Sadio Mane. And we've not seen anything crazy from either of the players. I think Bissaka is leading, when it comes to that. He's already had one ball in the back of the net, which means he is probed forward, and Mane hasn't been able to track his runs when he goes forward. So far so good in Tangier. Still very much, a balanced game, so to speak. And I think that DRC are now, up in the ante.
Yeah, gradually growing into it.
Gradually growing into the game, and looking at an opportunity to maybe find the first real chance to score a goal. This time they won't be chopped off offside.
They hope so. Wan-Bissaka. Bongonda. It's brought down. Free kick to the RC on the right hand side, just past the halfway line. Yeah, proving to be a proper menace for the entire Senegalese team. I'm speaking about Bongonda. Well, he already has a goal in this tournament, and so that will definitely give him confidence going forward. Free kick. Mbemba, captain of the side. We go all the way to Masuaku. Bakambu. Referee says play on. Possession stolen off him by Koulibaly. Now Mane on the left hand side. Calls for support. And Wan-Bissaka just doing his job there. Limiting the impact of Sadio Mane at this point in time. And it's been Senegal with all of the possession. Great skill by Jackson. Over 64% of possession with Senegal. Osar wants it and gets it. Turns away from his marker, has a chance to send a cross into the box. And the cross will come now to the back post. Mane is waiting, fires it across the face of goal. And there's Mbemba heading it out. Jacobs regains possession for Senegal. Here's Mane to Niakate. Goes to Koulibaly. And anytime Senegal come forward, you just feel like when they get through to that left-hand side, something might just happen. It's either Mane or Jacobs.
It's the weight that they're putting on that far side, and they've used that position more than any other area on the pitch.
Yeah.
They have quality, so much quality on that left-hand side with Jacobs and Sadio Mane. And sometimes Ndiaye comes into that position to help, as Ndiaye comes forward now.
And here's Mane. Jackson! Inches away from the upright. Yet again, should have been a carbon copy of his opening goal against Botswana. And the fans were already up on their set. And so close, just so close, Senegal again.
Senegal coming forward again, this time from the left-hand side. Ndiaye quality, beats his marker, goes round 1 and 2. Sadio Mane takes the ball off him, squares it to Nicholas Jackson, who had only one thing to do there, just bury the ball into the back of the net. But he connected with this one this time, finally just whiskers away from the uprights there. But good chance gone begging for the Senegalese side. This time they've walked it fine on that far left-hand side, but it just couldn't hit the back of the net. But good chance gone begging.
Well, this is the problem I have with Nicholas Jackson. It's not like
two now.
It's not like that wasn't a good effort.
Yeah.
Because I mean that was what he should have done.
Yeah, that's what he should have done, and it was a good pass to him.
Yeah, good
though
pass.
He had players closing in on him, but I mean, should have done better from that position. It was a clear opportunity for the Senegalese side to take the lead in this game. But Nicholas Jackson, being Nicholas Jackson, missed from that position, and it would have been an identical or replica of what he did score in his first goal of this tournament against Botswana, if that ended up in the back of the net.
Jacobs has support from Ndiaye, and then there's Papasa. Niakate drives into trouble and gets the Wisu to save him. Senegal gets play on as quickly as possible. Bakambu just penalized for the foul on Niakate. It's a little push on the back. Here's Niakate again in possession. Remember that wherever you're watching us, you can drop your comments and predictions in the comment section, or read some of your thoughts as the game progresses. You can tell us where you think this game is going to go as well, and you can call us to share your thoughts as well. Let me just go through the broadcast to see if there are any comments to pick out at the moment. Yeah, just a heavy tackle there. Boots flying from DRC. Look at the stands buzzing. Senegalese fans, so colorful. And the same from DRC. Wow, it's a fiesta. It's a massive fiesta. My goodness.
The joy with African football.
Yeah.
Fans are just a different kind of, different type of fans, different breed.
The vibe is different.
Yeah, I have no idea why a man would stand in that manner, watching a football game.
A football brings joy.
Yeah.
There's a free kick to Senegal. Crepin Diatta stands over it, as well as the Jacobs. It's Diatta who swings it, looking to go all the way to the back post, and it falls kindly.
What?
How did he miss that? Ismail Assar, the flag goes up. Well, I didn't feel like there's a lot to talk about in that space. It looked like there was a handball initially.
I don't think anybody was offside.
That's not offside.
And the header came off a player from
DRC.
So if that had ended up in the back of the net,
VR who we checked, yeah.
That is an unbelievable miss from Ismail Assar, who is a clinical attacker. And Senegal just wasted a glorious opportunity to have taken the lead in this game. 26 minutes on the clock. I don't believe my eyes.
Rarely misses from that kind of range, but somehow Ismail Assar has picked another day that is not his day to miss such a chance. Unbelievable. 26 minutes on the clock, no goals to report for you.
And it's the crazy nature of football, because if they continue to miss chances like this and the game continues to progress in this manner, they may just be haunted by this DRC side.
Yeah.
And it only takes one goal. If DR Congo score one goal, then they may decide to sit deep and just lock up shop to take all 3 points. Senegal have had like 4 chances in this game now. Nicholas Jackson have wasted 2. They had one in the back of the net. They had one almost in the back of the net. And now a glorious opportunity from Ismail Assar inside the 18-yard box, just meters away from the goalkeeper. He blazed his finish way off target. It was becoming feisty now.
Ooh, that's giving us a free kick. I think just for the show of studs.
First yellow card of the game.
No, it wasn't Koulibaly. It wasn't Koulibaly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, good call from the referee. He says that's the second time that he's made such a tackle. Papa Gay. And Koulibaly had earlier won the ball already, and Papa Gay just goes diving into that tackle with the show of studs. And that exactly seemed to have been the problem why the card was given. Here, ball won back by Koulibaly first, no problem there. But this one, yeah,
that's
just that one.
Oh, look at that, shin guards flying, and that really tells you that's a very bad tackle. I have no idea why the Senegalese bench are disappointed with that yellow card. That's the right call from the referee. A player went in hard there, didn't get the ball, got the man, brought him down. And yeah, are these Congolese too? I doubt that very much. But yeah.
Well, they're here for DRC, so whatever it is, the fun and
full stadium, not full to capacity.
Not full to capacity.
I mean, lots of fans in the stadium.
It's a good number.
A good number of
judging by what we've seen in this tournament.
Good number of fans in the stadium, and look at that. Yeah, if we don't see this in an African Cup of Nations,
it's not
then it's not an African Cup of Nations.
Absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely. The music, the drums, the dancing, the choreography, absolutely beautiful from African countries. So it's a free kick to DRC, and the longer this game wears out this way, the more DRC grows into the game. It's a free kick now.
Ooh.
And it comes down through the middle. Pass out wide, looking for Bongonda, just too heavy. That time throwing to Senegal. Very, very tricky so far. Bongonda has a throw. Jacobs. We will take the throw again for Senegal as we hit the 30th minute mark. Jackson turns into trouble. Referee says play on. DRC in possession and winning a throw in deep in the final third of Senegal. Captain Charles Mbemba responsible for winning that throw in that Aaron Wan-Bissaka will now take. Such concentration.
Yeah.
Here's Wan-Bissaka on the show, looking to find someone in the box. Only as far as Jacobs. Wan-Bissaka again is upended. Jackson. And DI has Jackson still running on his left-hand side. Will make use of him. Does find him. Here's Nicholas Jackson. He's also a player that is good when he has the defender on his back to go, but not on that occasion. Jacobs. Ganagay. Back to Ismail Jacobs. And Niakate. Playing just in the centre circle. Koulibaly going wide. And the header looking to find Sarr. Wasn't good. Wasn't good from Crepin Diatta. Now past the 30th minute mark, and there's still no goals here, albeit a lot of chances that has come. And one that has found its way into the back of the net, not from the side you were thinking. It was from DRC, Wan-Bissaka, and West Ham would have been ready to post on social media. Wan-Bissaka is off the mark in the AFCON. As DRC forced to go all the way back to goalkeeper Mpasi, who kicks long down. Nyakate's header. Jackson chasing. Mane collects it and driving towards the goal. Jackson now, good defending. That time from Mbemba. Masuaku. Bakambu brings it forward now for DRC. Koulibaly gets a foot to it and they can mop up the defending. Diatta. Koulibaly. Diatta back to Koulibaly again. Makes use of the midfield support of Papagay. Jacobs. Mane, looking for that reverse pass to Jackson. Macau just cuts it out. As DRC looking to create something of their own, it's more slow-paced when they play.
Yeah, I think that they've grown in this game, and yes, when they get the ball, they're always looking to pass it slowly from the back and transition forward, make those runs from right hand side, unleashing the pace of around Wan-Bissaka. But on that occasion, they're ball too heavy from Cedric Bakambu, the roll out for a goal kick. But yeah, the Senegalese side are doing a good job in pressing the DRC, and that's the reason why DR Congo, they've not had too many passes inside their own half, because anytime they get the ball, they're pressed hard. And that's a good challenge, nothing to call for. The Senegalese side. Winning the ball off the player Twanzebe on that occasion there, getting the ball off Nicholas Jackson for Senegal.
Jacobs stretches it to Mane, cross comes in, header out. Macau to push it forward as well. And they clear the lines once again. DRC. Elia kicks it forward and it falls back to Senegal. And somehow they've been able to just find that pass that breaks the defense line of DRC, but when the final ball comes into the box, that's where they deal with it. Mane, Papagay, Ganagay. It's a midfield that has the Gay brothers, Idrissa Ganagay and Papagay. Sadio Mane. Papa floats it back up front, looking for Mane, who crosses it first time. Mbemba gets a foot to it, out of play. And bring it down the chest now. Macau launches it forward. Just trying to find someone in attack, but they mop up the defending now. Senegal. Long pass, switching play. And that's Jacobs, who's gone to the right-hand side. What's he looking for there?
No, that's the DI.
Oh, that's the DI, I beg your pardon. Yeah, just roaming in the midfield. The Everton man. A try to Senegal. Just a little feisty there. Wasn't happy with the challenge.
Well, a bit of afters, Diata and Cedric
Bakambu.
I think that was just needless. He got the ball, sent it out for a throw-in. Diata picked it up and just had a little bit of afters. Well, that's a man who doesn't really look interested in the game after the loss last night. And understand that, but yeah, this is a big game, and that's why I said, many of the stars you've seen in the stands who are watching this game, like the president of CAF, legend in music for DR Congo, Awido Lokomba and the likes. And it's good that we have some important people, personnel in the stadium watching this game.
Yeah, we've had a lot of them.
So far.
So far, yeah.
Lots of legends.
Kylian Mbappe was in the stands
Kylian Mbappe.
when Morocco was playing.
I mean, Cameroon played. We didn't see him in the stands watching Cameroon.
Well, we can say he was there for Hakimi.
Yeah, Hakimi Ashraf, a friend.
Diata. Cross on the right hand side is very deep. And somehow Papa Gay still gets possession, shoots first time. It's blocked by Jackson. But it wasn't offside. Yeah, it's getting us a free kick now to Senegal, just on the edge of the box. And Montesami is asking the question of the referee of what exactly happened there. I'm also trying to get a clear picture
Yeah,
of
I'm still
exactly what
trying to
happened.
get a clear picture, and I really don't understand what has happened there. But I think on replay we'll get to see what the referee had given. It's a free kick at the edge of the area.
Very
good position.
Very difficult position for a goalkeeper.
For a goalkeeper, no matter how good you set up your wall, sometimes if a good free kick taker steps up, it 9 out of 10 times.
Especially from this position, the center of the goal.
Center of the goal. The right footer can step up, the left footer can step up. Let's see that again back on replay. I have no idea why he's going to give that. Maybe for handball. We'll see that again on replay. I don't know what's happening.
Struggling to see, really.
I have no idea what has happened. And I think if he gave that for handball, for a free kick, then that's a wrong call. Because that didn't hit the hand of any player.
I didn't see it hitting the
I
arm.
didn't see any foul or anything or whatsoever. Okay.
If this goes in, DRC will feel a lot hard done.
And I think that I don't know about the officiating this year in the AFCON. Again, you look at the reason why the referee had given a free kick. I'm not seeing any reason why Senegal have a free kick in a dangerous position right now.
Can't see. The Papa Gay stands over it as well as Sadio Mane, who we believe will be his favourite to take this one. It's a very good position for him. All he needs to do is just get it around the wall. Goalkeeper is going to be far away. It's center. It's center of the box. Papa Gay, as well as Sadio Mane and Koulibaly just comes in to chip in a little piece of advice.
If this goes into the back of the net, then the referee had just...
Yes, as Sadio Mane goes to where the goalkeeper was standing. Well, wasn't able to find the target. Really intelligent from him to try that. Knew the goalkeeper was going to be leaving that spot. Oh, so close.
So close. He was looking to bury the ball that bottom right corner. The goalkeeper rooted to the spot. If that had gone on target, no chance the goalkeeper would get to the end of that ball. But good strike from Sadio Mane, just off target, just slightly off target. But yeah, I'm still bent on the original decision why that was a free kick in the first place. And yeah, for the DRC, good one for them that didn't end up in the back of the net, because that would have been a major talking point. I think a controversial one of that.
Yeah, it would have been a major talking point. I agree with you. It's DRC who came forward now. On the left-hand side, Meshak Elia, man from Turkey, crosses all the way to the back post. There's Bongona standing there. Jacob gets ahead to it, and Jackson as well with the follow-up. But Bongona now in possession. Cuts onto his left, goes all the way back to Mbemba. Wan-Bissaka. And just looking to create something of their own with passes that are almost tripled by Senegal. The total passes of DRC in this game, over 200 for Senegal, and not yet up to 100 for the DRC. Here's Wan-Bissaka. Twanzebe. They come forward on the left-hand side now. Back to Twanzebe. Good turn from him. Sadiki out of play for Otro to Senegal. 14 minutes on the clock. Still no goals. And coaches will be preparing for their halftime team talk. For one side, it's going to be bury these chances. For the other, we need to do a little bit more in creating.
Yeah, I think they should do more in creating. I think they've not been daring so far. They're playing a 4-1-4-1 formation, so that really means whenever Senegal have the possession coming forward, it switches to more bodies behind the ball and them just trying to defend and soak up pressure. I think that a tweak in that type of approach in the second 45 may just give them more freedom going forward. That's for the DRC now. They're a bit behind when it comes to the number of attacks in this game, and do not forget the Senegalese have been on top of this one. They've passed the ball better, like I said. They've also dominated proceedings with possession and chances created. So the DRC would have to do more than just sitting deep and trying to defend if they want to get anything from this game. And how about that for a challenge?
Yeah,
that's a very cynical thing to do.
You're not a goalkeeper. You have no business going up with your knee.
That's just unbelievable.
Ganagay just has his knee going to the side of Bakambu. Free kick to the DRC. Here's Bongonda coming forward on the right hand side, away from one. Still going, it's brought down, should be a free kick. Yes, it's giving us a free kick. Sadio Mane, this time the man who is penalized for that challenge on Bongonda. Just shielded the ball a lot good. Put his foot in front of Sadio Mane to draw that contact. And free kick now to DRC in a very good position as well to send bodies up front and whip a ball into the box. Just create a little havoc for Edouard Mendy and his defenders. And the dancing crowd of DRC. Free kick comes inside, goes to Reds, and header out by Ismail Assar. They're asking for a handball. Well, it's not going to be given. Referee says play on. Mane gets a foot to it. Still charging for the ball. Mane and maybe Ndiaye now to bring it forward for Senegal. Coming forward on the right hand side. Sadio Mane crosses and loses it out of play for a corner kick.
And see how many defenders they have running back to block up those spaces for the Senegalese side, and that's a beautiful way to defend for the DRC side. Well, they've given away a corner to Twanzebe on that occasion. They're losing the ball from Sadio Mane. This was a good chance, good ball into the box, but didn't get to the head of any DRC player as they have a corner to defend now on the far right hand side.
Corner, swung in, should be a foul. Yes, it's given as a foul. Koulibaly just gets his hand on the back of the defender. He's asking questions, but I think he knows the answer already. Captain getting his hands on the back of another captain. Koulibaly on Mbemba. Free kick to the DRC, who have defended very well in this first half. Very well they've defended. Yeah, beautiful crowd. Yeah, that's just something they are serenading us with.
Yeah. Well, I like the pictures of the crowd and what we saw with fans in the previous African Cup of Nations in Côte d'Ivoire.
Lots of memory.
Yeah, lots of memory, especially for Cape Verde games. Honestly speaking. Yeah, but I've not seen so much of that this tournament so far. But I know
there was one.
Yeah, there was one.
Nigeria, Tanzania.
Yeah, right. I think we get to see more.
Here's Mane coming forward, puts it for Ndiaye, who sets up his man, and the goalkeeper almost fumbles it. was a chance that he thought they are taking away Papa Gay. Initially, he thought maybe Mane was going to hit it himself after cutting inside. But found Ndiaye and laid it on the plate for Papa Gay. And this cold effort on the left foot, just almost going under the hands of the goalkeeper.
Yeah, great chance. Was Papa Gay there, left-footed strike just at the edge of the area. That could go anywhere into the back of the net, but great save from the goalkeeper to call that away and parry the ball away for a corner.
Jacobs was standing over it, but referee having some talking to again in the box, and Jackson is involved once again. It's Jackson and Mukau. Jacobs cross, headed out by the DRC defender, and Bongonda heads it forward again. Here they come forward on the break. Here's Bakambu on the left hand side, quick defending and returning from Senegal to mop up everything, and Koulibaly gets the final touch, puts it out of play for a throw-in into his 2 minutes of stoppages in this half. Hefty challenge, taking no prisoners there. Koulibaly just sliding in. .46 on the clock. Final minutes of the first half. There's possession with DRC in the right hand side. Macau, Tuanzebe. Just looking for support. Finds it. In Masuaku, and switches play looking for Bongonda, who might be offside, but Mane brings it down on the chest for Jacobs. Nyakate, Koulibaly, Ghana Gay, as the time seems to have worn out for the first half. 45 plus 2 minutes of action here at the Grand State, the Tangier, and there was no goals, albeit the one that was ruled out from Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Great volley after being laid on the play by Bongonda, who scored in the opening game. Aside from that, it's been chances upon chances for Senegal. Jackson, the culprit, missing a couple of them, and a good save from the goalkeeper Mpasi on that final effort from Papa Gay as well. It's halftime here in the second game of today. It's Senegal new, DRC new. I mean, we expected this kind of matchup, Alex.
Yeah, we expected this kind of matchup, and I think that it's been a very good first 45 to watch out there in Tangier. Fantastic game, quality players across the field, and yes, we saw chances upon chances for Senegal. They had a few shots on target and a great save just before halftime. Papa Gay of the goalkeeper and Mpasi, who did well to parry that ball for a corner to the Senegalese side. But yeah, we also saw the Democratic Republic of Congo put one into the back of the net, was ruled off for offside. Wan-Bissaka, the major culprit for that one, trying to give his side lead, but that didn't work out for them, as that one was ruled off for offside. But it's been a good game so far. I think the DRC side have defended well. They've tried to put many bodies behind the ball and try to soak up the pressure whenever they're back defending. But Senegal have been the better side. They've had more quality attacking, and they've also used the wing of Sadio Mane on that left hand side alongside the man in Ndiaye and Jacobs to find spaces just in and around the 18-yard area. It's been a wonderful game. I've enjoyed it so far, and I hope that the second 45 would see maybe a daring DRC side, a side who wants to score, because they look like they just want to be very cautious with how they go forward. But if they're daring, then they can do something from this game. And who knows, maybe get goals in the second 45.
Maybe the goals will come in the second 45. Well, as it stands, we will take a short break, and when we return, it's going to be some analysis and then into the second half of action. Do not go anywhere, stick with us. We'll be right back.
Morocco, 52 matches, 24 nations, 9 stadiums, 6 cities, 1 continent, 1 title, 1 goal. The undisputed champion of Africa. Wake up, Africa!
2025 African Cup of Nations is here, and it's time to yalla. What is your favorite animal? The Super Eagles, the Carthage Eagles, the Teranga Lions, the Chipolopolos, the Foxes, or the Squirrels?
Or are you for the Bafana, the Pharaohs, the Indomitable Lions, the Stallions, the Zebras, the Leopards, or the defending champions, the Elephants in the room?
Well, whatever you are, it's time to rep your nation, make the loudest noise, and dirty your December with the best of football that the African continent has got to offer. No go carry last though.
Who will be crowned champions? The Ivory Coast defending their title, runners-up in the Super Eagles, or Morocco hosting to win it? There's only one place to be, one continent to focus on, and one sport to stick with.
Are you ready for this? Rabat, Casablanca.
My name is Omoboye Lamliko, and I'm
First,
previewing
Tangier,
Group B of
Six
the
cities
AFCON
already
happening
for
in
this
Morocco,
continental
which
fiesta.
poses
Do
to
not
be
be
one
left
of the
out.
best
It's time
AFCONs
for Africa.
we've seen.
It's time for
Morocco
business.
putting
It's
all the
time
fires
for
in to make this
2025
possible.
African Cup
In
of
Group B, we have
Nations.
South
Get
Africa,
ready
Egypt,
to yalla.
Zimbabwe, and Angola. Egypt are AFCON powerhouses. They've won the AFCON 7 times, and now they are having their coach being one of their immense and prolific strikers in person of Osam Hassan. He was a prolific striker with Egypt and AFCON, and now he's leading them with Mohamed Salah into this one with 7 titles. They are definitely one of the
Hi, guys.
teams to look out for in Group B, and I tip them to make it out of.
AFCON 2025 in Morocco. We have 4 teams with contrasting fortunes going into this tournament. Senegal, the DRC, Benin Republic, and Botswana. For Senegal, they are one of the big sides for this tournament and one of the favorites to go all the way to win the AFCON in 2025. They'll be squaring up against the DRC, Benin Republic, and Botswana, and looking for an opportunity to do what they did in 2021, winning the AFCON in a grand style. Now, for the DRC side, do not forget they are responsible for knocking out Nigeria from the World Cup playoff, beating them via penalties. They've also been doing some amazing work recently in African football, and this group would also present another opportunity for the DRC to showcase everybody in Africa that they are here, not just to showcase what they can do, but maybe to also go all the way to challenge for the title. Another team in this group is the Benin Republic side, who really don't have a rich history when it comes to the AFCON, but their 2019 quarterfinal finish would give them some hope going into this tournament, knowing that they can take points off Senegal, Botswana, or the DRC. Benin Republic are looking at this group and thinking of one of the sides who could cause an upset for the 2 big teams in this group. Now, for Botswana, definitely so. They will pride themselves as the outright underdogs for this one. Botswana have only ever appeared in an AFCON in 2012, where they lost 3 games rather, in the group stages, and they were knocked out in the group stages of that tournament. This time around, they're coming into this one looking at an opportunity to not just be the underdogs, but also steal points from the big boys. They also play a good defensive setup, and they also pride themselves in playing as a unit, and hopefully they'll be thinking of qualifying from a group with Senegal, Benin Republic, and the DRC. So hopefully we get to see some amazing games in Group D, and this has been the preview for Group D, the group of death in the AFCON 2025 in Morocco.
Lamliko, and
Morocco, 52 matches, 24 nations, 9 stadiums, 6 cities, 1 continent, 1 title, 1 goal. The undisputed champion of Africa. Wake up, Africa!
2025 African Cup of Nations is here, and it's time to yalla. What is your favorite animal? The Super Eagles, the Carthage Eagles, the Teranga Lions, the Chipolopolos, the Foxes, or the Squirrels?
Or are you for the Bafana, the Pharaohs, the Indomitable Lions, the Stallions, the Zebras, the Leopards, or the defending champions, the Elephants in the room?
Well, whatever you are, it's time to rep your nation, make the loudest noise, and dirty your December with the best of football that the African continent has got to offer. No go carry last though.
Who will be crowned champions? The Ivory Coast defending their title, runners-up in the Super Eagles, or Morocco hosted to win it. There's only one place to be, one continent to focus on, and one sport to stick with.
Are you ready for this? Rabat, Casablanca, Marrakech, Fes, Tangier, and Agadir. 6 cities all ready for this continental fiesta. Do not be left out.
It's time for Africa. It's time for business. It's time for the 2025 African Cup of Nations. Get ready to Yala!
Morocco, 52 matches, 24 nations, 9 stadiums, 6 cities, 1 continent, 1 title, 1 goal. The undisputed champion of Africa. Wake up, Africa!
2025 African Cup of Nations is here, and it's time to yala. What is your favorite animal? The Super Eagles, the Carthage Eagles, the Teranga Lions, the Chipolopolos, the Foxes, or the Squirrels?
Or are you for the Bafana, the Pharaohs, the Indomitable Lions, the Stallions, the Zebras, the Leopards, or the defending champions, the Elephants in the room?
Well, whatever you are, it's time to rep your nation, make the loudest noise, and dirty your December with the best of football that the African continent has got to offer. No go carry last though.
Who will be crowned champions? The Ivory Coast defending their title, runners-up in the Super Eagles, or Morocco hosted to win it. There's only one place to be, one continent to focus on, and one sport to stick with.
Are you ready for this? Rabat, Casablanca, Marrakech, Fes, Tangier, and Agadir. 6 cities all ready for this continental fiesta. Do not be left out.
It's time for Africa. It's time for business. It's time for the 2025 African Cup of Nations. Get ready to Yala!
Back to our studios. Welcome back to our studios here in Lagos, Nigeria, and welcome back from the action as well at the Grandis Tangier in Morocco. It's goalless as it stands between Senegal and DRC. And then Iman, Alex, before the game, I beg your pardon, we were saying it when we were coming to the studio that it was always going to be a very tough encounter.
Yes, we had that conversation even before we came. We came on live and we talked about the prospect of 2 teams looking at an opportunity of qualifying to the next round if they win this game. So it's always going to be difficult. A draw maybe sets things, makes things interesting, so to speak. A victory for either side will only mean that one team in this between the two will qualify to the next round. So. I never expected it to be an easy game. I thought that, yes, it would be limited chances, limited good number of goals scored, but I've seen a great number of chances, which is impressive, if you ask me. And that would be kudos to the Senegalese side, who have managed to create these chances, but they've not had to bury anyone in the back of the net. Surprisingly so, the team who are on the back foot are the ones who have put the ball in the net. That's DR Congo, but was ruled off for offside. But I've enjoyed the game so far. Like I said, rich game, quality players across the field, and players who are ready to make 1 or 2 things happen from their quality. So, but I think that for the Senegalese side, they've played well, but I've not seen them gel so well as a team. It almost looks like they rely so much on their individual brilliance. Give the ball to Mane, let's see what's going to do. Give the ball to Ndiaye, is he going to step up with something great? Maybe more of teamwork, intricate passing could help the Senegalese get the first goal. And then for the DRC, daring, they have to be daring. I don't think I think they respected Senegal too much. They sat too deep and they tried to put too many bodies behind the ball. I mean, they're playing a 4-1-4-1 formation, which turns into almost a 4-5-1 formation when they're defending, because they want to put more bodies behind the ball and limit the spaces that they give Sadio Mane, Ismaila Sarr, and Nicholas Jackson. But it was a good first half of football that I saw. We saw chances from few and far in between for DRC, but good number of chances for Senegal. But hopefully that increases the number of chances for the next half, and we see more goals.
For a side that has defended a lot in the first half, they seem to have considered too many chances.
Yes.
For a Senegal side that has come out, they've got too many chances and they have not scored. Are we going to start asking the question of maybe making a couple of changes, because both teams are selling their best legs?
Yes,
in
they're
every
selling their
position.
best legs, and I'm looking at the bench and I'm thinking, who do we call upon
Exactly
to
my point.
change the game? But I think the managers will stick to their first 11 that they've started for this game. Maybe until the 65th minute, 67th, 70th minute. If we don't see a goal, you start to see some movement off the bench. But it's been that kind of game where you would expect it to be difficult. You'd expect the goals or opportunities or chances created to be limited, because I mean, it's DRC and Senegal. They know how important it is, to try and play well to get all 3 points from this game. So I think that things will change in the second half. We'll see more chances and hopefully we'll see goals. But yeah, like you said, they've considered chances, surprisingly so, a lot in this game. They've also created so many chances. At least there should be 1 goal or 2 goals ahead in this game. But that's not the case, and this game is still very much in the balance.
Looking at the bench for Senegal, Mamadou Sarr is defensive. I'm letting focus on the midfield and attacking changes that are possibly to call on. Partey Sis is one of them. Lamine Camara is also one of Boulaye Dia as the attacker, and Sheriff Ndiaye, who scored the second goal in that opening game, is also on the bench. It's someone they can call on if they need changes. Pape Metassar is a midfielder who can also come on for them. For DRC, let's just see if we want to change things from defense to attack. Gael Kekuta is on the bench. Charles Pico, Fiston Mayale. Not so much quality as to the players who are currently starting for them. So it's going to be maybe a little bit of a worry for the coach, but he knows the players. He's invited these guys, and I think it's very imperative that the start of the second half, maybe the first 10 minutes or 15 minutes, a team who wants to win should be getting a goal.
Yeah, a team who wants to win should be getting a goal, should be looking at creating chances, and also having to take their chances when they create them, not just creating them. And like you said, maybe Bouladia, one of the players who I think that has that quality to create something up front for Senegal. The manager will be looking at him and saying he could be one of the guys who would be introduced in the second 45 if they cannot get things going, for the Senegalese side. But yeah, second 45 already up and running, and like we said in the first half, hopefully we get to see an even better DR Congo side and a better second 45 to what we saw in the first half.
Second 45 minutes underway with DRC now attacking to our right in their all light blue jerseys, except from the goalkeeper wearing green, and Senegal in white attacking to our left. Here's Bongonda, is notched off the ball. Papagay, Koulibaly, Niakate. And coming forward to the left hand side is Raul Jacobs. No changes for the two sides as it stands. Niakate, Koulibaly, long ball looking for the run of Ismaila Sarr. It's not going to find him. Too early the pass, and out of play for a goal kick. Was trying to find a run of Diatta, who was charging on the right hand side.
Interesting player, Diatta, very strong and always very composed. You don't see him going into rash tackles or trying to do something nauseous in a football game. He's very composed, good on and off the ball, and yeah, he's been one of the bright lights shining in this midfield for the Senegalese side so far in this game.
Bissaka, former Manchester United man, had a good time with them. At some points he was in the conversation as one of the best right backs. Great run on that left hand side. Great pass as well.
Oh, look at that.
He had to come forward and backhand boot. But the challenge from Koulibaly was absolutely monstrous and well done from him as well. And look at, just within the twinkle of an eye, DRC were looking to tear and pierce the defense of Senegal.
It's a beautiful pass there to the man, the liar on that left hand side. And look at that, just trying to raise the confidence of the players on the pitch. But brilliant defending from Koulibaly, who had to time his tackle to take that out for a corner.
Corner to DRC. Masuaku stands over it, and Bemba is all the way in the box, and the cross comes in, finds no one in particular, will go all the way far right to Bongonda, who is driving a 3 white shirt, and his pass is straight to Edouard Mendy. And he started it short with Diatta, Papagay, Niakate, Jacobs, back to Niakate, Koulibaly, Diaye, Diatta, Koulibaly again, and that pass wasn't what he intended. Macau brings it forward for DRC. Masuaku, Tunzewe. Brilliant pass just above him. Crepin Diatta was rushing forward. Cross comes inside now for DRC. Header Abien Niakete. And they are asking for a handball. And the referee not having any of it at his stand. And the attack goes on the other side. Nicholas Jackson on the left hand side. Up against Charleston Bemba. Drives, is inside the box now. Nicholas Jackson side foots that pass and just comes up a player for DRC. But possession back with Senegal. Jackson gets it from Mani back to Jackson, who was just looking to lay it down for Ndiaye. And you feel if one of those connections comes through, Senegal might just find a breakthrough in this game.
It was worked really well on that left hand side, but the final ball too heavy. Look at that, they were calling for a penalty here. If the ball struck the arm, no, that's never going to be given any day, any time. But Senegal have, I think, they've been on the back foot for the first 5 minutes of this second half. DR Congo just taking their initiative to try and probe forward and create chances of their own, and they've done so well so far in the first 5 minutes of the second half.
No, it won't be given.
Scratched off the chest. That wouldn't be given. So yeah, they can scream all they want, but yeah, it's not a penalty.
Mpasi and the Moroccans have got the laser light out. Why is their laser light always in green?
I have no idea. And honestly speaking, I don't know why, no matter what we talk about, no matter how many bans they get, fans still carry their laser lights into the stadium.
Exactly.
And then you start to wonder the job of the stadium security, whether if they do proper searching for this fans. Because I don't know where else you would keep a laser light, if not in your pocket or your bags. We've seen it already in this tournament.
Oh, we've seen it a lot. You see it in
You see it
every
a lot.
African competition.
It gets worse as you go because if any team, if they get to the
North
final,
African team.
if any North African
Oh,
team
yeah.
get to the final,
It's going to be.
it's a festival for them. But that's not what we want to talk about when it comes to African football. It's distracting. The players don't like it.
Bemba plays a long ball forward. Jacobs punches it forward. Jackson's header. Now Bongonda gets away from Ganagay. Now there's a chance to light up the goalkeeper. Lovely Tommy. It's a big chance for DRC.
Oh, what a save!
Big save from Edward Mendy. And just when they thought they were going to find a way to beat the goalkeeper, eventually Noah Sadiki with a very brilliant strike, but Mendy with an answer to it.
Yeah, that was a wonderful piece of display there from the DRC side. They put the ball from right to left. Sadiki with a strike there with his left foot. But an equally good save from the man Mendy to parry the ball away for a corner. And you have to say the DRC are beginning to come alive in this game.
Yeah, beginning to come alive. They've been the better side in the second half,
Yeah.
attacking wise. And now they're creating chances of their own. It's more like saying, you've had the first half, we'll have ours now. Here's DRC in DIA, Senegal. Oh, too heavy the pass for Jacobs. And out of nothing, possession goes to DRC for a throw-in. The DRC bench just looking and hoping for something from the guys. Wan-Bissaka's throw. Koulibaly out only as far as Bongonda. Runs into trouble, but no problem. He comes out with it still. Oof, hefty challenge, but they get possession. And look at that one again. And Parsi just has to pass it out. DRC coming forward. Masuaku on the left hand side, charging, runs all the way. Ball goes to the far right hand side. Wan-Bissaka. Here's Bongonda now, driving into the box. Cross comes in, all the way to the back post. There's Alaya Meshak in possession, up against them. Papagay, but
No way.
just runs it out.
No way he has done that. They have nowhere to go from that position. I have no idea why he has done that, but I was looking to make do of the tight space on that far side, but I mean, Koulibaly wasn't going to allow him past that. But look at that again from Sadiki.
Yeah.
Great strike, but the save was an equally good save from the goalkeeper, Mendy. He stops it, parries the ball away. Good two-hand save.
Really good save.
And again, 10 minutes of football played in the second 45. The DR Congo knocking on the door. Now they look a better side. They look a better side. And look at that, they've changed the formation.
Yeah.
They're playing a 4-3-3 formation now.
Great pass, and he seems to have bit the offside trap. Mane away from the goalkeeper, goes down. Ball has gone out already. Out of play for a corner kick. He wasn't calling for a penalty, so
yeah.
it meant the goalkeeper got the ball cleanly
Yeah, I
there.
think that ruled out. That should be a goal kick.
Yeah, exactly.
Corner. It was a great ball.
Yeah, it was a great ball. Clean.
Clean tackle, but clean ball over the top. The first thought was, I think, where the problem lied. And
Yeah.
yes, that should be a goal kick. I thought it was going to chip the goalkeeper, but look at that. It just
I thought
beat
so
the
too.
goalkeeper.
I thought so
Went to
too.
ground, wasn't going to stay there. Got back on his feet quickly, but look at that. And Parsi talking to the referee and saying, I'm glad you saw that. The ball rolls out for a goal kick to the DR Congo side, but that was a flash of brilliance from the Senegalese to put that ball over the top to create danger out of nothing. But chance gone begging, but here they come again.
Members header. Jacobs. Mane gets possession for them and wins a free kick. Certainly.
I think Mane is warming up now. He's getting into that stride. He's beginning to improve, and beginning to beg and ask for the ball more, to give him the ball on that left-hand side. It could be their source of inspiration. We've already established the fact that this game could end 1-0. Well, here
And
comes
they
Senegal.
come forward again. Senegal ponders the ball into the box. Flag stays down. And it looked like there was an offside call. Now he's gone up. Exactly. I was waiting for it. That pass from crept into Ismail Assar. And Assar seemed to have just run, a little too early.
They're straying offside there, just an early run. Well, the ball across the face of goal was a good one. Chancellor and Bemba to Nzebe just clattering, almost causing chaos in the box there, but maybe that's not going to work.
That's a game that is getting waking up now to life.
Yeah, the fans are happy, and look at that, it's still standing the same way.
I think one thing that interests me is if you've seen the way the fans, all the fans are dressed, you will know that there's a lot of cold in Morocco.
Yeah, there's a lot of cold in Morocco.
Everyone is
Around
wearing
this
multiple
time.
clothes.
Yeah. It needs to be like that in Lagos and Nigeria, but I don't know why.
Once upon a time
Once upon a time.
in December.
December was a good time. It felt like you were outside the country. Hamatan, you talked and you saw cold spring coming out of your mouth. You felt good. It was cold. But these days it's just hot and unpredictable weather. You see rain sometimes. You laugh about it.
Like this morning.
Yeah, this morning it was raining.
57 minutes, no goals to report for you. Please, if you're joining us our broadcast on YouTube, please do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel and let's grow this page. Let's grow this page for all of the effort that we are putting into African football. Let's do well to support the channel. Like, share, subscribe, as well as drop your comment in the comment section. Niakite, Jacobs coming forward on left hand side. Mani just running behind the defense, wants it. Somehow Jacobs can't find him. He goes past to Papagay. There's Ghana Gay now in Diaye. Ghana Gay out wide to Diatta. Crosses inside the box. Well, as far as to Nzebe. Montesami for DRC, and he wins a throw-in on that left hand side. And some empty seats that will not be empty if North African teams are playing. Yeah, definitely not be empty. So we'll make the short trip from Algeria, Egypt, Tunisia, wherever it is to see this one. It's much difficult from teams from East Africa and West Africa. A free kick. And this time to DRC, it seems. Or to Senegal. Papagay. Well, it's gone the way of DRC.
Well,
That's a little shocking. And Pisa. Mpasi, goalkeeper. Gets it back from Tunzebe. And it's almost closed down by Jackson. And they're playing the way out from the back. Very well done. Brilliant football. Monsami switches it to Bongonda, who has possession, has one running in front of him. Cut back, and Bongonda, it's a big chance. Should be the opening goal. Flag stays down. And here it is. They found the breakthrough just on the hour mark.
wow.
What a way to score in this game that has seen so many chances without goals, and it's eventually come. Wow, 1-0.
What a goal.
DRC lead.
They lead 1-0. What a goal against the run of play. Well, I would have said that against the run of play in the first half. This isn't against the run of play. They worked this one finely so. And if that ball didn't end up in the back of the net, I would have been worried for what good football stands for. They work it from the left-hand side. The cross, the ball across field was a wonderful one. Bongonda receives. threads it straight to Wan-Bissaka, who plays it across the face of goal to the man Bongonda, who strikes. The goalkeeper gets a hand to it, but the rebound falls kindly for Cedric Bakambu, who just buries that one into the bottom left corner with no chance for the man Mendy in goal for Senegal. And yes, like I said, if the game continues to go on like that, DR Congo would feel that they have a shot at this, and rightly so. They've put the first goal into the back of the net and finishing it off of a great team effort. They started this ball from the left-hand side, deep inside their own half, and that cross-field ball was what even started this whole goal for the DR Congo side. They've drawn first blood, and trust me, Sammy, this would open up this game to be an even interesting game in the final 27-28 minutes of this one.
Well, it's about to be a cracker in the second half because DRC will feel alive. They want to come out a lot more, and Senegal now will see some more spaces to come forward as well. Now they have to find an equalizer. Cedric Bakambu is off the mark in this competition, this edition, and he's got himself a goal. Great work has to be said from Bongonda as well, who had the first shot that was saved. And now Senegal have turned to their bench. Ibrahim Mbaye has come on for Ismaila Sarr. Papagay out to no one in particular. And DRC have themselves a goal kick.
Well, they have to, I think, slow it down and not try to rush their way into an equalizer, because if they do that, they could risk conceding another goal. And if they concede a second goal here, they may just kiss this game goodbye. It's only 63 minutes on the clock, so I think they just have to be patient and try to, you know, play their way slowly back into the game to get this one. As we speak right now, the DRC are on top of this game, 70 minutes played in the second half, and they've clearly been the better side. They've had 3 shots on target just in this second 45, and 1 has ended up in the back of the net. So good one for the DRC, but I think that Senegal have to watch it. They have to slow their pace and not try to rush their way into an equalizer, because that could leave spaces in and around the defense, and that could also spell doom for them to concede the second goal in this game.
He had all of the chances in the first half to score and didn't take anyone. Well, he had to come forward again now.
Nice. Oh, look at that.
Guy. Oh, it's the man who's just come on, Mbaye. Just trying to do something with his feet.
Well, nifty foot. Ooh. Look at that. It was.
If he went down, it would have been a free kick.
It would have been a free kick, but beat 1, beat 2. He just couldn't get past the third marker in the box of the DR Congo. Wins the corner. Good one for him. First touch of the ball creates danger.
Diatta. Ball comes to the back post for Ganagay. Now Mane tries to send a cross inside. The cross is good. DRC clear the lines, headed back into the danger area, and it falls kindly for Iliman Ndiaye, who takes too long to bring the ball under control. And it just cleared the lines. DRC, and the change of pace was absolutely astronomical. Bakambu, here's Bongonda now, just runs in front of Sadio Mane, and look at the flash across the face.
Yeah, that was a good chance, but I think they should have squared the ball for, to the player running onto that right-hand side, who had free time and space on that side to maybe get the ball and put it across the face of goal for Cedric Bakambu. But nonetheless, it was still an opportunity gone begging. And the DRC, the way they switch up from the defense to attack, the transition is quick, is magnificent on the eye. And that's why I said Senegal have to watch it, because if they put too many players forward, then they risk conceding a second goal in this game.
Now, trying to pick the run of Nicholas Jackson. The pass from Jacobs wasn't imperfect at that time. DRC forced to kick long and kick into a throw-in for Senegal. It's going to be a substitution. It's 2 substitutions. It's going to be the withdrawal of Bongonda. Shockingly,
yeah.
Why has he been withdrawn from the game? He's been everything that the life of the sides and the wings of DRC have to offer.
Yeah, and they bring in an even a short striker, so to speak, a guy who
Boku.
can play in that number 9. Mayele, that's a
Mayele.
man who can play in that number 9 position. Is even a taller and a faster striker compared to Cedric Bakambu, and yeah, can get on the end of crosses because they would have to go different. And Mbuku also a good winger on his day who can also play as a midfielder for the DRC side. So I think that's the idea, to be a bit compact in midfield and then send few bodies forward if the opportunities arise for them to do that. Now they switch attention. Now they've gone back to a 4-1-4 formation.
Yeah.
So this really means that they want to be
Now
very
they want to
compact. They want to sit deep, and they also want to soak up the pressure and see if they can get all 3 points from this game. Senegal are the only ones to blame if they don't get anything from this game, because they've had chances upon chances, and they just couldn't get anything away in the first 40 minutes of this game.
They've played into the hands of DRC, and now DRC have everything, and that's the first contribution from Mayele. Now Mbuku looking to just cove that one with his left foot, and wasn't anywhere close. But now they've played into the hands of DRC. They've gone back into what they started with. So the idea was be conservative at the start. Start up the second half, let's change it up, switch it up, be explosive on them, get the goal, and let's go back again.
And that's exactly what they're doing right now. Masterclass. They started the second half with a 4-3-3 formation, which gave room for Bongonda and the other players to, attack the Senegalese with numbers. But now they've switched back to 4-1-4-1 because they're in the lead, so they have absolutely nothing to lose. Senegal are the ones who are now on their toes, looking to equalize and get something off this game. So it's a smart move from, and anytime they get a counter-attacking position opportunity, you're not seeing many white shirts tracking back to defend. So that's the good thing for the DRC. If the game continues this way, if they continue to be in the lead by 1-0, Senegal would be frustrated and they would want to push many bodies forward, and that would leave acres of spaces behind for DRC to maybe get the second goal. And the next goal in this game, Sam, is so important. If it goes DRC's way, then the game may be done and dusted. If it goes the Senegalese way, then it's back to square one. But again, Senegal definitely have enough quality.
Let's go! And they're running into the box now. Who's just come on first kindly for Mane?
Wonderful.
And that's the equalizer.
Wonderful.
They've capitalized on it.
Wonderful goal.
And Sadio Mane, who hasn't really done so much in this game.
Yeah, it seems to be angry about something. I don't know what it is.
Probably his players, and he just say, let's just get back into this. And Sadio Mane. And what happened to Mbemba?
That was an unbelievable run from Mbaye, the new boy who came on. The young player. Look at that. Beats him for pace. Masuaku.
Might have felt something.
He pulled something there. Just look at that again.
Yeah, he had the ball in his control.
And I think maybe he pulled something, but Mbaye did a good job there. He wanted to go solo. The rebound came luckily for Sadio Mane. Disappointment on the faces of the DR Congo players. A lead short-lived, and maybe they shouldn't have switched back to a defensive approach after scoring the first goal of the game. But this is what we love about this.
Coach, you know it's you.
It's not easy because you take the best thing you can take from a football game, and that's more like an angry Mane other than a happy Mane. But good one for Senegal. They're back in this game. 1-1 game on.
1-1 game on. Sadio Mane with the goal. Yeah, it was a gift, but he took it nonetheless. And really sad for.
Oh, they're checking the goal.
Masuaku.
I think maybe Mbaye was the man who kicked Masuaku. I'm not so sure, but we'll have to wait for a replay.
I don't think so. No, he pulled something. He wanted to control the ball into his stride. He missed it. The check will probably be for an offside at the point where Mbaye played that shot to see if Mane wasn't already offside, because it was a rebound. So the offside will count.
That makes sense. Because I'm thinking that maybe there's a foul on a DRC player before that counter-attacking move started. And let's wait to see what the confirmation from the referee will be, if the goal is given or not. Referee still very much communicating with the video assistant referee. 70 minutes. Okay, goal given.
Goal given. It stands. What that means is Senegal back in it, and maybe they can take that anger now and turn it into something more purposeful and probably get themselves a winning goal. Goal is given. We are back on the way here. Mpase. Really, really disappointed to have conceded that goal. He made a save of Mbaye. And there's so much anger now on that touchline. Everybody's agitated. Just putting the referee on his toes. Koulibaly switches play very quickly, looking to find Mbaye again, who has been electric on that side.
Then you wonder why he was sent to stay on the bench. But I mean, Ismail is a better player,
yeah.
so I can understand that. But he's been explosive since he came on in the 66th minute of this game. 4 minutes already. He has only played 5 minutes, and he has done so much damage on that right-hand side. And the reason why they've scored is because of Mbaye, the substitute, was done so well. I think there are lots of afters and antics going on right now.
Sadio Mane.
Well, he was never going to miss from there. You know,
Yeah.
both just felt kindly for him. Looking at that back again.
This cross.
Okay.
This was just this final chance.
Final chance, but that
cross
was a goal.
too heavy.
Yeah. Goal set on the platter for him, just to pick out the spot and score. And there's another substitution for DRC this time. 73 minutes on the clock. It doesn't look good for Masuaku.
It doesn't look good for Masuaku. There's a Mukau who has been withdrawn now. There's a Mukau. Yeah, Kayembe now
Strong midfielder.
comes on.
Recomposed, knows what to do on and off the ball. They've changed some key areas of their team with the substitutions that they've made. And I think that also affected the flow of how they been playing this game.
Although I feel like they still need a
Bongonda shouldn't have
in
been
this
taken
game.
off.
Yeah, they still need him in this game
And
now.
Bakambu too. But hey, I mean, they were in the lead, so that made sense that they made those substitutions.
Well, we were just a little patience. It was too
Maybe
hurried.
75 minutes, make
Yeah.
the changes, but
Let the team be comfortable in the lead.
this boy is just
Mbaye.
absolutely good. He's a very good player.
Running at defenders as it stands and seems to have a very low center of gravity, so he's so close to the ground. Sadio Mane, good pass. Iliman Ndiaye turns inside, crosses into the box. Ooh. Jackson now in possession, but the foul has been given. Yeah, I think it was too heavy from Papa Gay, trying to force the ball into the box and finding the DRC man inside instead. Yeah, it was a good turn from Ndiaye.
Yeah. Quality cross put into the right channel. Ooh. Just a head to the back of the head of defender there who was racing to get to the end of that. Oh, the Senegalese have turned on the style. They do not look like they won the game more than the DRC side.
Getting pictures of Masuaku
yeah.
still being helped out to the bench is really not good for him as it stands. He'll feel sad that it was that injury that led to the goal, but at the same time, it's even more disastrous for him that he might not play a part in the next game of the tournament.
Yes.
Who knows when he will be back?
And that's the sad part of tournaments like this, where you have to only play 6 to 7 games if you manage to get to the final. But this is a great representation of Senegalese fans in the stadium. They are packed on one side of the stadium, and I can tell you for free that the loud cheers coming from that side will be for the equalizer and the fact that they're back on top of this game. And you see the difference in coaching style of the Senegalese and the DRC. They've not made substitutions that affected key areas of their team. The core of the team is still very much in the side. And I think that's the mistake the DRC made with those changes, like Bongonda, Cedric Bakambu, being taken off the game. No disrespect to the guys who came on; they're equally good players, but not as good as the core team of the DRC side. For Senegal, they still have their key players. Only Mbaye rather was the man who came on, and he has done so well, even better than what Ismail Assar was doing in the second half. For the Senegalese side. So I think the core being taken off was the reason why the DRC dropped their tempo a bit and then had to shift into a defensive approach which wasn't good because you're always going to concede if you are on the back foot, conceding chances. But here they come now, this time on the left-hand side.
75 minutes on the clock, now 76. 4 changes already for DRC. And just one for Senegal. Great one from Papa Gay. Just had the clearance come off his own captain. Kayembe, DRC in possession, go all the way to the left hand side, cross comes into the box. And they clear the lines very well, Senegal. Mbemba will get a second bite at it. Wan-Bissaka. Accent for throwing. Oof. Yeah, now a foul. Called against the young Mbuku on Sadio Mane. Yeah.
That was a difficult foul, and we just get a feeling that we have one more goal in this game. It feels that way.
It does feel
that way because I mean we've seen that DR Congo can surprise you with goals out of nothing, so really cannot tell which side will get the final goal of this game because, like I said, I feel like there's one more in this game.
The game could easily swing 1-2, 2-1, or end 1-1.
Well, it ends 1-1. It would be good news for Benin Republic because that gives them an opportunity of qualifying if they get all 3 points from their final game. This guy is brilliant.
Great control, great run, looking for a pass to find Jackson. Didn't find him that time. It's a free kick to the DRC. He's been very good since his come on. Ibrahim Mbaye. There's some Parsi, the goalkeeper for DRC. NDIA charging. Long ball, looking to find Fiston Mayele. Only as far as a throwing for Senegal. Here's Koulibaly. Nyakite. Gives it back to Koulibaly. Senegal looking to cook something up here. Diatta. Koulibaly. Nyakite. They've come to the left hand side where there's Sadio Mane now. Has support behind him with Jacobs. I was looking to go for the reverse pass and Buku defending. Referee gives a free kick to Senegal. Just in that danger area, it's a chance to whip it across.
Well, I think he's gone for a corner rather than a free kick. Because just looking at that again, Buku got the last touch.
A free kick.
Corner.
Oh, the ball had crept out and Jacobs cross. Goalkeeper gets a hand to it and Buku pushing it out and almost falling into trouble. Mbaye, very, very tricky, dribbles the referee as well. And just runs into two. Benny Blue shirt, Jackson, poor pass. Looking for Ghana Gay. Throwing to Senegal. In the final 10 minutes of regulation time now. It's getting close to that time, getting close to that period really. It's anyone's game.
Yeah, it's anyone's game, and I think that Senegal wanted more. They've shown that already since that equalizer hit the back of the net. They've shown that they wanted more, and the fans, looking wary, thinking of an opportunity of qualifying to the next round, other than having to wait for that in the final game where they play Benin Republic, who are a very strong side too. Yeah. So I think the side who wants it more in the end will get all 3 points from this game.
More substitutions, and this should be for Senegal now. Yeah, 2 changes for Senegal. Jackson and Papa Gay have been withdrawn. Have had their chances. Lamine Camara is going to come on. Has come on now for Senegal. Replaces Papa Gay. And just to confirm the second change up front. Mane pass to Jacobs. Wasn't Partey and Bemba. So Boko gives it away to Mane and gives away a free kick as well. Free kick to Senegal. Habib Diallo is the second man who came on and just replaces Jackson. Yeah, Boko just clatters into the back of Jackson. Mane, I beg your pardon. Steps on him too.
Anytime. Could be a yellow card another day, but the referee decided to keep the card in the pocket. Senegal have a free kick deep inside the DR Congo half of things from that left hand side, and they will be hoping for a good ball. They have a few dances left in their body. That's the DRC fans. And the first goal would have given them something to hope for, to dream about.
The energy.
Yeah, but they were pegged back. They only had to be in the lead for about 6 minutes. And the DRC considered that goal. Referee wanting to have a word with some of the players just to calm things down. We played it 2 minutes, so about 8 more minutes was added time to play before the final whistle.
Habib Diallo and Ido Kayembe just getting some talking to from the referee. Free kick, sent inside, headed out by Ganagay. Just looking to change his space quickly and run into too many blue shirts that surrounded him. Wan-Bissaka and Buku on the left hand side. Senegal still leading the shot count. 11-6. And just unable to get to that one first. Mayele. It's now 84 minutes. We're playing into the 84th minute. Nyakite, Koulibaly, Ganagay gets it back. Koulibaly again for Senegal. It goes back to Edward Mendy in goal. Here's Nyakite. Jacobs out to the left. Sadio Mane up against Wan-Bissaka. A battle we've seen a lot in the game. Cross comes in. There's no one in white waiting at that far post. Kayembe. Mbuku. Back to Kayembe, who will have a chance to go long. Does. And it will come back to him off the header. Senegal in possession. Ndiaye away from his marker. Sadio Mane crosses into the box, is headed out. Brought under control. Baye. Jacobs. Nyakite. Koulibaly. Crepin Diata. And the attack just collapses on that right hand side. Mbuku charging forward, and the play is brought back for a foul. And they will turn to the bench again. More and more changes to come in the game. Well, Senegal have really been a little better since the goal, but it's just not been coming for them.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering what exactly is what the manager is thinking at this point in time as DRC are making their final change.
Yeah, they're making a final change of the game, and I think this change is just one last throw of the dice, looking for anything basically. They've not been so bad in the second half. I think they started the second half better, but they've just not maintained the tempo, so to speak. And that really has been the reason why they considered a goal just minutes after they scored one themselves. But yeah, I think at this time of the game, you would, if you're gonna get a goal, just keep it tight at the back and try to play safe, rather than trying to be too daring and lose an opportunity of getting 1 point from this encounter. But the Senegalese side clearly so wanted better, wanted more. And you can see the frustration from
Koulibaly very angry as it stands.
He takes the ball away from play, and yeah, we're just 3 minutes away from the final whistle. 3 minutes from the 90 rather, and then at the time and before the final whistle. It's been a wonderful game. I have to say, top game. Maybe the tempo dropped at some point in the game, but yeah, it's been that kind of game. Second half produced 2 goals, so good for both sides.
I think it's given us both kind of feelings really. At some point it was high, and many other point it was just there from the two sides, being a lot conservative and not being very, very accurate with their passes. Koulibaly. Nyakite goes back to Mendy. Here's Edward Mendy. He has been very good in goal today, bereft of any kind of error. Koulibaly again has support on the right, makes use of him in Crepin Diatta, who just doesn't get the right touch on that one. Mbaye now goes down, referee says play on, player got the ball, here's Wan-Bissaka. And the referee will stop play to check on Mbaye, who is down. And he gets up. And no problem for him. Oof.
He was a very nifty player. Look at that, was looking to turn the other way quickly, but was brought to ground. Senegal would have their final substitution in Ndiaye.
Yeah, Iliman Ndiaye is coming off. It's going to be substitution number 4 for Sabali. Check Sabali. Some more attacking changes for Senegal. They want to win this one.
Yeah.
As we play into the 89th minute. How many minutes of stoppages are we going to see?
I think 4 minutes.
Yeah, I reckon 4 as well. It's not been too many stoppages in this game.
The rain is downpouring.
Free kick to DRC. Launched towards the attack. Koulibaly's header. DRC in possession. Wan-Bissaka sends it back into the box. Ganagay defending. Koulibaly whips it away. Out of danger. As far as the throw into DRC again. Just inside the Senegalese half. Waiting for the 4 officials but to go up. DRC's throw. Koulibaly shielding, out of play for a goal kick. 5 minutes of stoppages is going to be here at the Grand Stade Tangier in Tangier, and that's the first goal that we saw. Cedric Bakambu just latched onto a rebound after Mendy made a save from Bongunda. Jacobs, Ganagay, Baye, brilliant pass out wide, should have let it go. Mane in possession, hasn't really been super in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, you feel maybe age is catching up with him already.
Yeah, maybe.
Already 33 years or so.
It's not been vintage Sadio Mane performance. He scored the goal, but hasn't really brought his A game to this one. And well, if it's the reason why they get 1 point, I don't think they would care much about that. But just looking at that back again, wonderful goal. He wasn't going to miss from that position anyway. But you have to give credit to Mbaye, who did a wonderful job on the right side. And look at that. Senegalese fans taunting the DRC fans in the midst of Senegal fans. Beautiful to watch, beautiful to see. 4 more minutes of football to be played, and this could very much end 1-1. And the happier team will be somewhere in yellow, the Benin Republic side.
The win for today for Benin Republic just puts everything in this group in a very, very dicey situation now. Everything to play for in the final game. Oh, Kayele thought he's won a corner. Not that time. Koulibaly now bringing it forward for Senegal. Makes use of the man who has been very, very dangerous since he's come on. Back to Koulibaly. Poor pass, really. Wan-Bissaka now. And long ball forward. And those final balls have been missing from the two sides. Well, here's DRC coming forward. It's a good pass. Wan-Bissaka. Cross comes in. And they clear the lines. Senegal maybe looking to break from their own as well. Oh, brilliant, brilliant back heel. Here the chance comes. And Koulibaly is doing well defensively. Has done well in this game. Maybe one of the players with the shout for a man of the match. Free kick. Free kick to... Well, the time added on has changed to 4 minutes.
I suspected it was going to be 4 minutes because there wasn't so much stoppages in the game. And when I saw 5, I was a bit surprised. And yeah, so we have seconds before the end of this one.
Just a few seconds left to play in this game that has been entertaining and end-to-end at some point as well. Especially with the goal coming just a minute after the other. And that's the Senegalese bench. I think that's all in this game now. There's nothing left to play for. It's going to go down to the wire, and the rain's coming down. It's been raining as well as having so much cold in Morocco. Even where Nigeria has been playing in Fez, as the referee calls it full time. And a game that has given us 2 goals. The first half with no goals, just multiple chances. Second half that saw a tactical prowess from DRC, and they got themselves a goal. Cedric Bakambu latching onto the rebound after a good save from Edward Mendy on Bogonda's shots. At the same time, Sadio Mane, the benefactor of an injury to Masuaku, that presented a good opportunity to Senegal, and Mbaye doing all of the work, running through bodies, forcing a save up on Parsi, and then Sadio Mane say thank you very much, slotting it back home to bring his side level and ensure that this game doesn't run away from them. It's full time at the Grand Stade de Tangier. It's Senegal 1, DR Congo 1.
Yeah,
as expected.
As expected, they shared the spoils, and I mean it would have been hard on either side to have lost 3 points on this day. I think that DR Congo had to step up in the second half. They changed their idea of the game, and they played better in that first 15 minutes of the second half, and they got a goal from the man Cedric Bakambu. It was a fine build-up. I've seen some really good goals in this tournament, but that build-up to that goal is one of the most beautiful things that I've seen in this tournament so far. Senegal had to fight, push their luck, and then they got an equalizer. Almost an identical type of goal. It was a rebound off a goalkeeper and straight to Sadio Mane, who had only one thing to do: bury the ball and bury it far away from the defenders who were sliding in to block that one. So, fantastic game of football from two strong African teams who, on their day, could go far in this tournament. Cedric Bakambu, Sadio Mane, big name players who came to the party to score for their respective countries. So it's been a wonderful game so far. It's been a good game of football. I've enjoyed it. Like we said, we expected the second 45 to present goals, and it did present 2 goals. Quality game, quality football, wonderful goals scored, and what a match. Sharing the spoils makes sense. The group is now open. And
very open, this group. Let me try to access the group table to just see how it stands as we get close to the final games of the group. Sometimes football can be just very funny, but for Senegal, it's a game that they had every chance to win.
Yeah.
And somehow they just let it run away from them. I don't think Senegal have made use of the attacking firepower as they should have in this tournament.
Yes, I don't think they've done that. I mean, they were always going to blow aside Botswana in their first game because they have way more quality than Botswana, but this was the real test for them, and they've not particularly passed this test. You know, like you said, they had an opportunity to win, but they couldn't do that, and you can see that Group D shaping up nicely to be one of the most interesting groups to run into that final game of the Africa Cup of Nations. 1-1 here. Earlier on, we saw at the Stade Olympique de Rabat, it finished 1-0 in favour of Benin Republic. So that means that Benin Republic are just 1 point shy of DR Congo and Senegal going into the final game of the group stages. So it was a wonderful game to watch, honestly speaking. And I think that, like you said, the quality that Senegal showed in the first half, the kind of football that they played in the first half, they should have scored 1 or 2 goals at least in the first 45, but they didn't do that. And yes, like I said, Senegal on number 1, DR Congo number 2, Benin Republic number 3, and then you have the whooping boys of the group with 4 goals conceded already, number 4.
And then Senegal now play Benin Republic in the final game. DRC play Botswana.
And we know what will happen in the DRC Botswana game.
If DRC picks a win there, then that's a problem. Senegal needs just a point.
Just a point to qualify. Yeah, and Benin Republic have to win to be in the next stage. So it's all to play for in the final game.
It's all to play for. A draw is enough for either Senegal and DRC to go through, but Benin Republic need an outright win in this game. It's been a very, very interesting game to some extent. Didn't provide as much life as we expected. But looking at how DRC have played now, I think it's fair to say that, first of all, DRC and Senegal will make it out of this group.
That would be the easy thing to say, but like I said, yes, they should make it out of this group as 1 and 2, the strong teams of the group. For Senegal, who knows? Senegal may blow aside Benin Republic. You never can tell. It could be that kind of game. But yeah, you already know that these are the strong teams of the group. These 2 teams that we've seen today, they are, so to speak, the big boys of the group, and they've shown that in this game. Even though, like you said, we saw some really good chances that should have been taken by the Senegalese side, and they didn't take their chances when they had to do that. So. Brilliant game of football, but it's all to play for still. Like I said, it's open. Benin Republic could still qualify if they beat Senegal. DRC know that they only have to win against Botswana, which is something possible to do. And for Senegal, they know that if they have to top the group, then they have to beat Benin Republic to qualify as group toppers. And that would be nice to see what happens in the final day on this group.
Now going into the final day, that injury to Otho Masuaku, just how pivotal is it going to be for DRC to lose that man on the left side of the fence?
Well, we saw him get substituted, and you could see that they reshaped how they played. They also brought a player who could complement him on that left back position. So I think that hopefully for them, that's for the DRC now, it's not a long term injury. It's just something that he can knock off and maybe be available for the next game. If he cannot do that, then I think they'll have to make do with what they have, because every team would come with at least 2 or more players in each position just to accommodate what they have. So yes, he's an important player of the, in the side. Otomaso Ako, wonderful left back, can whoop in very good balls into the area, and we can already see his contributions to the team. But I mean, if one player gets injured, that's why this is a national team. That's why you also have 4 guys who are also on the waiting list to be called upon if the injuries are maybe too much on the team. So I think you'll replace him for the next game. And do not forget, the next game is against one of the lesser side, in quotes, so to speak, against Botswana.
Well, one of the lesser sides, and they feel like maybe they will be able to get through that in good time. And if you're just coming across our page, we thank you for tuning in. Please do ensure that you subscribe to this page, subscribe to our channel, and like, share our videos, and we'll bring more content, because we still have another game coming for you on our broadcast today. Nigeria up against Tunisia is coming on this page in a couple of hours. I think by 8 o'clock it should be live here, even as we begin to also look at the permutations in that group as well. Is there a chance that a team in this group will get into the semi-finals?
Group D?
Yeah.
Yeah, that team will be Senegal.
We have Tunisia, Morocco, Nigeria, Cameroon, which are Côte d'Ivoire, the defending champions. I think that's 6 already.
Yeah.
Semi-final is just 4.
Yeah, just 4. I don't know. I think that we may get an upset of a big side getting knocked out in the round of 16.
Okay.
That's possible to happen.
Yes.
So that would reduce the number of big teams in this tournament. Do not forget, Algeria is still one of the guys who could go as far as the semi-finals of this tournament. But when you look at the outright big boys who you would want to project to get to that point, it would be Nigeria, Morocco, Senegal, and Côte d'Ivoire.
Nigeria, Morocco, Senegal, and Côte d'Ivoire. Côte d'Ivoire haven't been too spectacular.
They are the defending champions, and I think that they would go as far as wanting to defend their title and maybe looking at an opportunity to get to the final. So I'll take Côte d'Ivoire to go far in this tournament, alongside Nigeria, Morocco, and Senegal.
The Ivory Coast playing tomorrow against Cameroon in their own
blockbuster fixture.
Great blockbuster. They played against Gabon in the opening game. It was just a 1-0 victory.
1-0 victory.
A lot of people felt like that's Cameroon defeating Gabon, and 1-0 as well. Mozambique.
It was surprising.
1-0 as well. It was surprising. But word on the street has it that a lot of my friends in the Ivory Coast told me that there was a massive celebration there. I mean, a win is a win.
The win is a win, and being the defending champions, you start your campaign by defending your title with winning. If they had lost or drawn the game, it would have been a sad day for them, because they know how important it is to start on a winning front.
Yeah.
They've done that, and I think they'll also get the victory against Cameroon. I feel they'll do that tomorrow.
A victory against Cameroon. That's a big one to call.
I think the Côte d'Ivoire, they so to speak, are a better team put together than the Cameroonians.
I'm not going to put my money on that, man.
I won't put my money on that, but I'm just saying, based off what I've seen and based off the kind of team that they've assembled for this tournament, I think the Côte d'Ivoire would get the victory tomorrow against Cameroon. Yeah, they should get the victory tomorrow.
Well, our next featured game coming up on this broadcast is Nigeria against Tunisia. We say a very big thank you to everyone who has joined our broadcast today. Senegal against DR Congo, and then 1-1 Cedric Bakambu scoring the first goal for DRC, and then Sadio Mane getting the equalizer for Senegal, and you can just see all of the emotions there. That's exactly what it means to him. That's exactly what it means to these guys to play for their country and to play in the African Cup of Nations. It's been a fantastic time here, Alex. I think it's been absolutely great.
Yeah, always a pleasure to do this.
Always a pleasure to do this with you, man.
Wonderful game. I enjoyed it. I mean, I wish it was a Nigerian game anyways. I would have been screaming and beating these drums, but it's not a Nigerian game. So.
The Nigerian game is coming up next, so make sure you stay tuned, my guys. It's a fantastic evening now in Lagos.
Yeah.
We'll be exiting the studio, but do well to join us in a couple of hours for the Super Eagles game. It's been a pleasure from Alex and myself, Samuel Bam, and the production guy, Emmanuel, just behind the cameras. I will say good evening, and we'll catch you in a couple of hours. Cheers.
Morocco 52 matches, 24 nations, 9 stadiums, 6 cities, 1 continent, 1 title, 1 goal. The undisputed champion of Africa. Wake up, Africa!
2025 African Cup of Nations is here, and it's time to yalla. What is your favorite animal? The Super Eagles, the Carthage Eagles, the Teranga Lions, the Chipolopolos, the Foxes, or the Squirrels?
Or are you for the Bafana, the Pharaohs, the Indomitable Lions, the Stallions, the Zebras, the Leopards, or the defending champions, the Elephants in the room?
Well, whatever you are, it's time to rep your nation, make the loudest noise, and dirty your December with the best of football that the African continent has got to offer. No go carry last though.
Who will be crowned champions? The Ivory Coast defending their title, runners-up in the Super Eagles, or Morocco hosting to win it? There's only one place to be, one continent to focus on, and one sport to stick with.
Are you ready for this? Rabat, Casablanca, Marrakech, Fes, Tangier, and Agadir. 6 cities all ready for this continental fiesta. Do not be left out.
It's time for Africa. It's time for business. It's time for the 2025 African Cup of Nations. Get ready to yalla!